It's actually live now.
Oh.
Okay, so we are at session 22 for our second level characters who are currently in Sandpoint. Haven't died yet.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's still more days to go.
Yep.
You're still in a festival. That's sort of
Day's not
cancelled,
over.
but still going. There could be a wedding.
Didn't the god change like halfway through this festival?
What festival?
I think the
I never actually said Willie would be the one getting married, but hey, there are so many other prospects in the party.
I did notice that.
yeah, you don't take a quest, Maya.
So you're running for mayor now?
Margo will.
I heard it's a hands-on job.
It's okay, Quest's up for sheriff, isn't he?
Margo's up
Well, look
to
at it this
say
way.
I'll
If
take
Quest
it.
is sheriff, head priest, and mayor, what does that make him? King! King Kroll!
I mean, I don't know.
No.
How does the
Sign
era
up
think
for that
I'm
bit.
gay?
Emperor Kroll?
I'm
no.
welcome.
You never want one person in charge, it's too easy to
Hi, Priest Kroll.
If you have like 3 or 4,
You're okay with it, you're probably alright.
Well, once he's in
Oh,
charge,
yeah.
then he can pass on authority to go off and do stuff while still being the person in the role.
Is Pope a title that we can use?
Sure, why not?
And so if you tie a rope around him, he's Pope on a rope.
Well, let's have a Pope on a rope. That sounds fun.
I'm sorry, that sounds like a hanging.
Oh, you just picked up
I
on
never said where they were tying him.
Let me just tighten that rope a little bit more first.
yeah, you've obviously got too much blood in your head.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, until they get the actual hang. Oh, this rope's too big. This is a
This is an
3/4
insufficient
size
rope.
human.
Okay, so going around the table, on this side we have the arm of Adam.
Hello.
I'm not sure they saw the hand.
That's
Yeah,
alright.
I'll do this one.
Okay, yeah, there we go. You look
Um,
like a dentist.
That's it. 9 out of 10
Freaky
dentists.
fuckers.
Who recommend Zed, the professional and loyal soldier.
Should you
and
say 9 out of 10 role players?
devout follower of Callistria, who is currently wondering what the heck we do about the surrounding army of goblins with Sandpoint. And looking forward to seeing what we do next.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I try and manage quests for Bard. The goblin, come orc, come. I'm totally not a goblin.
Who has a life of his own.
Just trying not to get killed by, everything. It's working well. And
Not
then
only are
we
you
have-
hated by the people, you are hated by your own race as well. You can read.
Gotta have standards.
Because they shouldn't.
Could he argue that he's not
No.
particularly liked by his
They
group
have
either?
standards, which is why they don't like me. And everyone else has standards.
Well, I
but they
said
don't
the
like
people.
me.
Okay, so next one over is Kira.
You exceed
I
goblin
am
status.
playing
Standards, but
Margot,
not ours.
the half gnome, half hobgoblin.
Only remaining hobgoblin in the region.
Yes, so super powerful and is hoping to become Queen Margot the Destroyer.
Or you could quite easily be queen of all hobgoblins of the region.
Well, I probably already am, but I would like to be,
You haven't
queen
been
of
crowned yet.
all
You gotta find
goblin,
another hobgoblin to crown you.
hobgoblin, and all creatures that breathe. Would be fun, but we'll work there.
So not vampires? You're anti-vampire?
Not anti-vampire, but I feel like they deserve their own royalty line. I mean, if they want to be on Queen Margot.
Is anti-va a thing?
Vampires can breathe, they just choose not to.
So Margot is taking the new goblin insertion with interest. Margot wants to be friends, but the rest of the party
So
probably
is that
Margaret
friends with
stopped
benefits?
out when
Stab, 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 stab.
No, I don't want to stab. I want to rule.
You want to rule? So you can tell someone else to stab, 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 stab on your side.
Well, I mean, they could stab each other, but I don't want the party to particularly stab the goblins, which is where there will probably be some difficulties in the upcoming game. I imagine.
We shall
Days,
see how we go.
Months, yeah.
Considering you already have a party member who's freed a whole lot of goblins already, so you have some goblin love as well as
there
hatred,
is
but some goblin love.
But goblin love doesn't get you very far in this world, apparently.
Some goblin confusion by the word of direction.
Well, look at it this way: if you have enough goblin love, you'll have plenty of offspring to worry about.
That is,
Yeah.
that's true.
Because
Like
they
goblins.
become available to actually have kids a lot earlier on than other people.
Yay, reproduction.
6 years old, they can pop one out.
That's up. popping out and let's reproduce with other goblins.
Yep.
Goblin overlords. Loving it.
And in the setting, it's recommended that goblins be raised in a cage because that's the way they do it.
Ah, they might fuck in a cage.
See-
We shouldn't raise the children in a cage.
No, that's where Quest had his problem because he wasn't raised in a cage, and
Yes.
now look at him.
He's not a real goblin. He didn't grow up in a cage.
But you're not a goblin or you're an orc.
That's why he's an orc.
My upbringing.
You're an orc. You're not a goblin. Get out of this conversation. You orc. Where are the goblins?
And then we have
Green Alliance Coalition.
Peter, the
So just
the
for-
slashed.
What I like to think of in terms of your uprising, you know the Kiwi from the Avengers? It's like, I handed out some pamphlets.
Hi, my name's Quark. Welcome to the rebellion.
Yeah.
I handed out some pamphlets.
Although to be fair, I think there'd be less inability to
Hand
form
out
a rebellion,
pamphlets.
and it'd be more just I wanted to fuck everything in the rebellion.
The only slight problem is if she hands out the pamphlets to goblins to read.
No, get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Pic-
So I have to fuck
Pictures.
my way to power.
Cool pictures.
What was this with the pictures? Are they words? No.
No.
Let me draw you a little
No,
pornographic
no.
sketch.
No.
You can take that to your bunk.
So yeah, the way to goblin power, freedom, sex.
Oh dear. Anyway,
It's gonna be an
on
interesting
that
session.
note,
On that note,
Oh,
we're
really?
around to Willie.
I'm playing Willy One
Captain Sex.
Kenobi. What? Aspirant of the Lost Errant, practitioner of the renowned Tiger Style, savior of Quest and Margot, God touched, and hater of horses.
I'm sure they like you just the same way.
Oh,
You're the goblin at heart of the party. You hate horses.
I was surprised it wasn't hater of Sandpoint. Like
I
you didn't want that as the title.
I tried to be a little bit more specific in my hater, but it's getting there. Yeah.
Hey, there's a certain girl in this town that you absolutely
That's the father who's the a-hole.
I thought he really liked the daughter. That was the problem.
Hey, look, nothing happened. You guys need to let this go. There was no
Hey.
child molestation. There was no
We didn't say
inappropriate
that.
touching.
We just saw you and her go under the.
No, there are no clerics involved.
Exactly.
We saw you escape under the stage.
Well,
There was
not yet
a lab
anyway.
spirit
Yeah.
fire.
Who did you just choose not to accuse of being abused?
Anyone.
No one was
That
abused.
always
There was
sounds off.
no abusing going on at all.
You totally did not abuse that one.
Hey,
specifically, you
also,
chose
in
to
context, Willy One Kenobi is a 16-year-old
Yep.
human monk.
Yeah.
And the girl
Right.
is
I think-
1 year away from being an adult
Yeah.
in the setting.
Yeah.
So she's
So-
13.
So, like,
Here's
we're,
Willy.
by
Here's his
medieval
shovel. Here's his hole he
standards,
keeps digging.
we're not talking criminal activity here.
No.
But morally,
Morally, yes.
Shame on you.
shame on you.
But nothing happened. It wasn't my fault.
I'm not gonna say that. The bigger that hole gets.
Hey, it
it's
wasn't
my
my
fault.
fault.
Just wait till committee finishes, and you'll be able to understand the cause and effect chain here.
And just wait for the cement to just seal you in and that.
hell?
It's
And,
not-
and don't worry, there will be after this game what you remember most. Willie saying, "It's not my fault."
It's every session.
It's gonna be your
And-
catchphrase.
Moving on to Emmy.
No, was it? It wasn't me. That was his original one.
Drizza, the
I didn't do it.
more orc out of the party. Well, he keep bringing it up, so I might as well.
The true orc.
The true
only orc.
I'm playing the stabby ranger, following the rangy ranger around.
Ranger. The Power Ranger.
He refuses to use anything not made by orcs.
No, that's not true. I just sort of have my great axe isn't good.
Sure.
My dagger and my hand axe are though.
These are specific orcish weapons. The others could have been made by orcs.
True.
So it could quite easily be an orc has not, spilt blood while making this. I shall not wield it.
Yeah, unintentionally, maybe. Not being biased to other racist weapons, I do need to get throwing axes though. Yeah, and made friends with a barbarian horse.
Hordes?
Damn
Horse.
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 Got it. Yes.
And who now happens to understand every word the elf says. So yeah, that's good.
Let's insert.
Okay, and next around is Josh.
I'm playing Parry Hotter, the buffest wizard known to man.
What about elves?
Well,
I know. Well,
What about dwarves?
that's the goblin that I eviscerated.
Well, did he eviscerate you recently?
Hell.
No, there's a pile of ash over there.
Walk over.
it's still same day. So I mean, technically,
smoldering.
yeah. The stench of goblin is still on your fingertips.
Loves to run headfirst into things. And then realizes, oh goodness me, I've run headfirst into things.
What have I done? I killed all these bad guys. They were all bad.
I like to
Only
think,
bad
I
people
like to
die.
think I'm batting at about 70-30.
So 70 civilian, 30.
Yeah, right. At the moment, my kill count's kind of looking that way.
Area effect alchemy explosions has kind of skewed your percentage.
How many kills did you get?
Yeah.
How useful were you to the whole goblin killing
Technically,
exercise?
I don't think I've killed any civilians.
As far as you're aware.
Technically, your character does not think he has.
Yeah.
So, moving around to, on that thought, to our local priest.
I'm playing
Priest.
High Priest Kroll.
High priest crawl.
Only priest Crow.
Only Priest
Only
Kroll.
priest
Who has, through a series of unfortunate events, become the High Priest of Sandpoint. And some
Unfortunate, man, you rocked up saying, I'm the priest here.
Somewhat.
So, yeah.
So what point? Okay, cool. I'll roll that.
It's okay. I fully support our glorious religious leader because he is protecting me from the hordes looking to remove my chastity.
Yes, well,
Okay,
Sorry,
I love
what?
that.
you're the
No.
That.
That happened in your previous city, champ.
He's my shield of he's my shield of virtue against the.
Look, I can help
Yeah,
with the shield, I can
unless
help
that
with the
shield of
dirt
virtue has the
cube
ghost
and,
touch property, because you can't protect against something that's not there.
Come visit my tent. We can sort this out.
So you do have another, you got perfect protection now.
Your chastity and virtue died a while ago.
Under the stage.
Kamagar.
Virtuous.
Zed's sisters took care of it.
That was true.
Nobody in the town knows. I can claim all
Well,
kinds of
the rest of
stuff.
the party's
Yes.
in the town.
Yeah, as long as they keep their mouth shut, no one's gonna know.
Yeah. No,
Have you met the rest of the party?
Yeah.
no one's corrected him on it yet.
they're not the ones I'm concerned
Have you met
about.
the party?
Willie,
when
Willie
you
definitely
get
hasn't
punched?
fucked
Those
anyone
ones
here.
I'm concerned about.
I love that. Have you met the party? When we got here, you got into trouble and we threw Kroll under the bus to save you.
Is Margot bored and is she going to?
And
do
how's that
some
worked
fun?
out?
Well, is
We've
he
got
still
the high
drunk
priest of
from
the
the
town.
Okay.
High Priest Kroll.
Yep.
So we are picking up at the Rusty Dragon Inn. As a couple of you are going in to while away your time while other people were busy doing other things. So, who's currently at the Rusty Dragon Inn?
I'm.
Because others were heading to the church and others were
Last
wandering
time
around town.
Last time I remember I was at the chapel with those
Yeah.
two.
I'm
Absolutely.
partaking of
We're
my 1
busy
month of free
worship.
board.
Yep.
Kroll's gonna rock up. We're worshiping your god.
So okay. So you get the you find out that Amiko's interested in your scars. She thinks they're pretty cool.
Who's Amiko?
She's the barmaid,
Bard owner.
owner,
Yep.
chef.
Barge maid.
You got it. Nice.
Bar
in
bum.
charge.
Yeah.
That
She's
sounded
pretty
better
much
in
the
my
jack of
head.
all trades around here, and she's followed around by a younger TN boy.
Please
yeah.
do. Want some cheese for that?
What are you laughing at?
Well, you seem to like the look.
I mean,
Oh, the younger the better. I mean, what?
That's okay. We're recording.
Oh, yes.
We can play that back anytime.
Don't
Instant
worry.
replay.
This video's been demonetized from like the get-go with the amount of swear words that has happened. The fact the opening conversation for Margot was pornographic material. Here you go.
I'm not particularly interested in speaking to her about my
dip or so?
My scars?
She's not interested in the scar, she's just interested in you because you've obviously got an interesting life.
Okay. I'm not particularly interested in speaking to her. My,
In which case, then she says, "Well, there's the door."
Let's
her in.
Oh, yeah.
I was offered the month, and
Yeah, there is payment for me. I want conversation. If it's not interesting, out you go.
chair, door, roof.
Bad monk.
Okay, so can you actually hold a conversation, Miss?
Yes. Happily.
3 words so far.
Yes,
Why,
Heather?
Heather?
So, with okay, fine.
Well, that's got Zed
3
on
more
the
words.
board.
with full use of and skills of diplomacy and
Start speaking in French.
no, it's just and interest in Tian. It's like, well, very interested in what you've done with the Rusty Dragon here. The food is wonderful. In fact, when we were in Absalom, we were there for the Lantern Festival? I think it was.
Yep.
No, what was the festival was called something.
The Lantern Festival, wasn't
It
it?
was the Land Festival.
Yeah, the Lantern Festival, and but I think your food was actually on par, if not superior, to things that are apparently being done by the best chefs available to Absalom. So I think you've outdone yourself.
Well,
Thank
my
you.
father had some cooking books from back home.
I'd agree with that.
Yes.
The food has been excellent.
It's wonderful. It's I'm surprised to see it so far west. How did you How did you get to Sandpoint?
I grew up here. I was born here.
How do you get your obviously Tian-based supplies?
Well, there's this thing called caravans. They traverse over and from various places. She starts describing how that there is a trade route over the North Pole.
Yep.
Supply chains.
Yeah.
And thank you for pointing that out because I knew it, but I didn't think my character
And
did.
basically that she gets supplies from traders. She will trade good food for spices and recipes she has never seen before.
And how long does the caravan take to go from Tian across the North Pole down to here? Because north of Varisia, isn't that like
Probably about 3 to 4 months. maybe?
ridiculously hostile territory?
Well, I'm not the one doing that.
Fair
If
enough.
you want to volunteer for one of those caravans, you'll learn a lot.
One day,
May not see you again, but you'll learn a lot.
the best adventures are the riskiest ones.
It's not really an adventure. It's more of a chore. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
If you go during summer.
Yep.
I wouldn't recommend going through a winter.
No, I appreciate your advice, but I'm keenly interested in how economy travels across Varisia.
And one of the worst things about it, travelling at winter, is there's no sun.
Mm-hmm. Why is that a bad thing?
You can't see anything unless you can actually see in the dark. Most people can't see in the dark.
No.
Animals can't see in the dark in general
Like-
cases. So a caravan travelling at night has to bring its own light source or you'll probably kill all your animals.
Yes.
No, of course.
This isn't some trick, is it?
Land, but doesn't that also mean in summer it stays light?
It does stay light, so you've got always good visibility around you.
Oh, that makes sense. That means there's only really like one caravan a year. But
It's for you.
Zed's happy to talk about it. Like the whole point of being a Pathfinder, as far as Zed's concerned, is finding ways for people to travel.
And it's just multiple
She's in.
multiple people travel, so you can get about 4 to 5 caravans over a season.
Lovely.
And some people go stupidly early, and some people go stupidly late. So those are the ones you pity.
Yep.
They have the most interesting stories, though.
Okay.
The survivors do anyway.
Zed is very happy to listen to stories and ask.
So, like your friend over there
questions.
with his scars, I've seen some people with scars like that before. Generally, their eyes don't work.
Is she
but-
talking about the new ones you've got?
Not like these ones, like you haven't.
Well, with the eyes not working normally, if they're still there.
Apparently
Not
the
like
blueberries
this,
are
trust
very
me.
nice this time.
But hang on, wasn't there a priest, a female priest came through?
I didn't.
Somebody mentioned that a priest had come through of the Asmordigan god.
Well,
Did they have scars like that?
we do have different priests come through with different scars. So there are other ones that ritually scar themselves on a regular basis and wear things like barbed things around their various bits.
Sorry, mine are all mental.
And then we have this new priest in town who just seems a bit weird.
Well, touched by the gods requires a level of weirdness, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, but there's being touched and then there's bad touch. And honestly, I don't know where this one falls. The previous one was obsessed about finding out about what the previous one had gotten up to and done,
Well,
and was digging into the history of it, and now he's dead.
Yeah. Well, that may follow on, because I must say it appears that whatever happened to not Father Xantius, was it Ezekiel, the one before him?
The one before him.
Ezekiel. Whatever happened to Father Ezekiel seems to be related to what's happening with goblins now.
Well, he's a bit before my time.
Okay. Well,
But, it's interesting enough with all these things going on that we have a new high priest. I wonder how long he'll last.
apparently the going rate's about 5 years, right?
Not that.
That's
Goblin incursion?
plenty of time to get stuff done. But, so you've been here for a few years.
Yeah. I've been out adventuring for a while.
And
I'm retired. I got an inn. I feed people. And anyone who ends up poisoned, well, I've got a spare room. There's always, challenges in experimentation.
of course, there's spare room in the cemetery too.
Ooh, that's not a soul hidden.
Experimenting with different fruit. What have you not heard how people have to try and prepare fugu? I mean, get that one wrong and you're out the back.
Especially considering the chef has to taste test it.
Sounds like good policy.
Yeah, let's have spare people around.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
how
I
many
mean, Chef
how many
Black
places does the chef actually taste test the food before it goes out? Not very many.
Not very
No,
many.
but for fugu, well, I mean,
That's a
yeah,
requirement.
fugu.
Yeah, if you're not prepared to taste it yourself, you can't serve it to anybody else. There's rules.
Wouldn't need to know about the
But
chef doesn't need
Zed's happy to speak with her, but she can't stay too late because there are rules of hospitality. Because she doesn't have lodgings here, she has lodgings with the aristocrat,
Oh, she just laughs.
and she doesn't want to be rude.
That's okay. I'm sure he's got other things on his mind. And don't worry, it won't be anything about you.
That's
Oh,
nice.
tell me more.
He's obsessed with hunting. He thinks he's the world's greatest hunter.
And what's the truth of the matter, or what's the interesting story of the matter?
Interesting story of the matter. If he can actually get up on a horse, I'd be surprised. If he can actually ride the horse in a straight line when the horse doesn't want to go that way, I'd be surprised. And if he actually returned from a hunt, I'd be even more surprised.
Hang on, if he returned from a hunt
Yeah.
at all,
Yeah.
so he's never actually been on a hunt.
Oh, he says there's been lots of them.
Right. Okay.
He says lots of things.
Understood.
And from his stories, he's the world's greatest hunter, magician, priest, thief, bard, probably the world's greatest scholar as well.
Sounds like a wonderful storyteller.
No.
There was a hashtag sarcasm in the statement. But that's fine. Whereas Zed's like, right, easy mark. Good.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my time out in a monologue. But yes.
She does add, last thing she'd ever want to do is be obligated to that guy for any reason whatsoever.
Understood. I'll take that under advisement. But again, there's rules of hospitality, of course.
Yep, well, she'll let you finish your meal and
Does she actually speak Tian?
Yes.
She grew up here.
Yeah.
So how did she learn it?
From her father or parents or something? Mm-hmm.
her father spoke Tian.
Okay.
Her brother also speaks Tian. And she speaks to travelers.
Is
and
the
she's
little kid
traveled.
her brother?
But he only speaks Tian.
Yeah. I'd love to take the time to learn it, but we don't have any downtime yet.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so anything else you want to discuss before you call it a night and have your free women board?
Not really.
I don't think there's any other loose end questions we had, were there?
No fights you want to start.
No.
Okay.
We're trying to be respectable.
What problem I had there was we.
I've got these two.
Okay, so we're now wandering around the city with Shailu, followed by her new confidant.
What, the horse or me?
And
The horse.
The horse, yeah.
The horse is the confidant, you're the animal companion.
Yeah, apparently.
You are translator.
I'm not even translating. I don't even doesn't speak with animals a thing in Pathfinder?
Yes.
Yeah, well then no.
And you can hear talking in Elvish every now and then to the horse.
I understand Elvish. Nope. No, I don't.
I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation before.
No, but I understand.
Of which
I
again-
understand. She doesn't
of
understand
which-
the conversation, so you have to have it more than once.
Of which again, I'm not there.
Yeah, no, you're not it. No, I understand Jolton now. That would be helpful, like 15 sessions ago.
So and basically they're just going around town looking for things.
I think that was last 10 goblins.
How many has she found so far?
Well, she's probably got about 5 of them hanging over the saddle.
Is she actually riding the horse, or is the horse just following her around?
The horse is following her around. She doesn't have it on a lead or anything.
No, I knew that. I wasn't sure if she actually.
Occasionally, she tells it to, gives it directions, and it just does what she's asking.
I'll watch it. Actually, she mentioned the blacksmith in town. What was his name?
Okay, so
The blacksmith. Because she suggested that if I wanted to have range throwing
Hand axes.
hand axes, that I should go talk to him, and I don't think I wrote down his name.
Wasn't his
See, do
name
we-
Ben?
that'd be funny. Okay, so walking around town, you find out the various points around town as they pointed out. There is the big cathedral, which now has the little guy in charge, as far as Shailu's concerned.
Yeah.
There is the boneyard where you helped desecrate a tomb. From her perspective. Then
She
there's
has a very low standard.
Any perspective, how did we do that?
Apparently, she has a very low. I think she's
Like you.
only.
you let 2 goblins into one of the tombs. You desecrated the tomb.
Barely human.
No. As in, she has a very low opinion of the party in this town,
And I think she's only putting up with me because I think she saw me down the barbarian raising horse.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on. Yes.
There is a tavern and inn called the White Deer, which she says makes decent food, but she finds it rather boring.
The white deal.
Yeah,
It's not.
known for its carving.
Snobby or
Well, as far as she's concerned, they just jibber jabber about the weather.
Right. So it's not as festive or lively as.
No
your
music.
friends.
They just talk and drink, talk, drink, talk, drink.
Having a chat with the farmer and talisman.
You're not having a chat with mom.
And every conversation is, "How was the weather this morning?"
Okay, that's interesting.
It's no longer morning. What do I care?
On a back note, on Talisman Digital, whenever M pulls the farmer on the 4 corners, she always rolls a 3 and you just have a chat about the weather. Having a chat with the farmers again. That's it.
So they serve food and drink, and people talk about the weather. Is that the only thing they ever talk about?
I don't know. I sort of tone out after that point.
Okay.
I can hear them talking about it from about a block away. They're not particularly quiet,
Fair enough.
and I'm not sure they actually know which words to use properly. They seem to roll all their words together into one sentence.
I noted down to go visit at some point.
Midwesterners.
I'm sure some of them may
Bad
actually
accents.
read, but I can't guarantee that one.
Okay.
Okay, and then she points out, this is the local library called the Way North. Don't print your book or the gnome will kill you.
The way.
Who's the gnome?
way north.
Yeah,
I'm half gnome. It could be me.
Don't.
Don't print your book or the gnome will kill you.
Yeah, it does seem like
Yeah, lots of interesting
I'll
books.
kill ya, or I'll let you walk
He doesn't
out
sell them.
with absolutely no penalty, and I'll Okay. give you a fucking chocolate on the way out. That sounds more like it.
And over
That's the
here,
chocolate as you
you,
still just
oh yeah, if you really want to speak to the gnome, his name is Vesnut Pardon. At least I think that's his name. Hard to tell with these
There's-
gnomish people.
there's
They always
nuts.
seem to slur their words when they speak a decent language. He tried talking in Elven once, and I just couldn't understand a thing he said.
There's nerp.
So she's speaking common with
Yep.
me? Yeah, okay.
Very slowly.
Could speak
Was
up
there's
a little
nerd
bit.
in common?
I don't think she
Well,
would
she pauses for words between shots every now and then.
Oh, it's nice she stops.
Stares at you, just making sure you're keeping up.
But basically, she's killing goblins as she's walking around town as an in between.
As
To her conversation.
Margot, you don't know
Yeah.
this.
The horror, all the same.
You don't know this. You're getting
It doesn't matter.
You're
It's
getting
still
drunk in the chapel shoot.
It's horrific to hear, even from.
And he says the local jeweler's name is Marvar
As an
Kesk.
audience member,
I'm not really sure I call him a jeweler. I put him down as a mangler of metal.
a mangler of metal.
Yeah. Well, he's only had about 20, 30 years experience. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
I'm presuming he is also human.
Yeah, he's human.
Yep. Okay.
Over there is where they throw their junk away, assuming the waves are going to wash it out, and they wash right back in again to the shore. But as they're human, it's like, what we throw away today is tomorrow's problem.
It is.
So, yeah. Unlike, interesting people, they might actually get rid of it properly. They just throw it away, and look, it's going to be taken away by the tide.
It's the elves.
Why does it smell in the morning? The tide brought it back.
So they wouldn't burn it.
Elves will deal with it.
No, that'd be just a little bit advanced for them. I'm surprised they haven't been tossing bodies over there.
Well, it's 'cause
Oh,
they haven't built that crematorium
probably
yet.
do. They're just trying to do it.
They haven't run out of
Quietly.
space in the
Haven't
graveyard.
built our wood fire pizza. No.
And here you'll find a relative of interest.
The ashes are actually
Gorby's shack, the only orc in town, besides you.
Gorby's shack.
Yeah,
Another
Gorby's
orc.
shack.
Or sack. I live at,
Yeah, he sweeps up the horse crap around town. That's his entire job.
And he's the only other orc in town.
Well, as far as most people are concerned, he's the only orc in town. They don't really want more than one. They've got their token orc. They're happy. Just like I'm considered their token elf. Lucky me. Which is why I try to leave town fairly often. Then if you want to ask questions, here is Broderick Quick. He's an old man-ish, somewhere in his... What's old for a human? No, she's thinking...
Medieval 40.
Oh yeah, medieval. Yeah.
I'm sure he's more than 10. Hard to tell. Humans age so quickly, it doesn't really matter. But he's the local sage. He wears glasses. He has white beard. Not the priest.
Damn it.
Current or former priest?
Never been a priest, as far as I know.
No, as in. Does Crawl have a beard?
Does Kroll have a beard?
No.
Not yet. He'll have to grow one.
He's very slowly working.
Okay, and she points to another area and say, okay, here is the locksmith. If you want anything broken into, unlocked, dismembered, or otherwise gotten into, he's your guy. He doesn't really like to travel, so you have to bring it to him.
So if you want a door unlocked, you have to take it.
Hey,
crap.
You don't have to take the door, you have to take the frame and the hinges and...
Well, he'll be willing to travel in town, but he won't leave town. So you can't say, I got this place, a couple of a mile away. I'd like you. No.
Just a quick walk.
It's a brisk
I'll
walk.
take you
Here, I'll
guys.
carry you.
Okay, and here you'll find all the soldier boys preening when they're pretending that they actually know how to guard things.
Soldier boy, I told you.
Inside Balor Hemlock is the sheriff in charge. I'm sure you've met him. Gruff. Thinks he knows everything. And as far as the citizens are concerned, he knows a hell of a lot more than they do.
Still doesn't seem to be know what's going on with the goblins and the undead. But,
No, he doesn't like leaving town. He's the sheriff of the town, not the surroundings.
But isn't the surrounding area still a problem for them?
Nope.
Nope, that's for the Rangers.
That's a range of territory right there.
Again.
Yeah.
It's,
Now you see my point.
it's the definition between police and army.
Police had
Okay, over here is the town hall, where you will find the different mayors serving. Hopefully we'll have a new one soon. The current one's a little handsy for me. I haven't broken his wrist this year yet.
I think my colleague got very close though.
Don't worry, if he does the left hand, it will hurt more.
Why was that?
That's the one
I broke it in 3 places.
Oh, okay. You haven't broken his arm recently.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Because there's another target. Ta-da!
Oh, I've got plans for him.
Okay. So over there is where they store their pointy things, weapons, And he sells weapons and armor if you really want to go there. So he's probably the blacksmith you'd really like to talk to. Sava Bevanki. Well, it's a she, but it looks more like a he most of the time, depending on it. I never really can tell with these humans. Unless I've got a beard, it's hard to tell if they're male or female.
Okay.
They don't have the subtleties of the elven features to worry about.
Juzo kind of gives her a funny look because, I probably don't see what she's talking about.
Well, they age so quickly, it's hard to keep track. They change so much in just a short space of time.
You blink in the dead of old age.
Yeah.
Right.
There goes one.
A pretty common theme of
I blinked and there was 18 gone.
ages.
Well, look at this way. She's in her teenage years at the moment. And she'll be in her teenage years for over 100 years.
Yeah.
So she has 100 years of teenage angst to get through. She's taking out on Sandpoint.
Yeah. She's a moody teenager with a bow and a gripe against goblins. All right, we got another century to deal with this shit.
We could cut it short.
I thought you said she was like 70 or something already. Or did I
She's
not
over
lie?
70.
She might be 120 or something. I don't know.
But when she reaches about 100, she's the equivalent of a 14-year-old.
Oh, okay, right.
So that they age so slowly that they have 100 years of childhood.
She's
Not that cool.
so she's literally a runaway. You can't tell me what to do, Dad.
You're not my real
100
dad.
years of disturbed Slipknot.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's like when you have your terrible twos last a little bit longer for
What would
hours.
elven death metal be?
Listening to dwarven play or goblin play. Maybe orc play.
What was that
Dwarven
band you said
play
on
and elvish.
put up on Facebook?
Oh, Wizard Throne.
Wizard Throne. I have to listen to that. Maybe that's elven deathcore.
That's,
Okay,
it's a super
over
good
here
band.
is another tavern called Riser's Place, or I should say Spices Are Us. Every dish here is as spicy as they can make it, so you can't tell how poor quality food they use.
Oh, that's a good tactic. I like
I used to call them rat burgers.
Could be.
Ellie calls them
So-
spice burgers.
He asked me not to,
Okay.
So avoid it.
so I said, stop serving rat.
That's another spice burgers instead.
So he prefers spice burgers.
Yeah, spice burgers. That's alright.
But is it as good as spiced minotaur?
No.
No, because it's rat.
It depends on if you've sauteed the minotaur or he's running towards you.
But if you marinate, if you like cooked it in minotaur fat, it'd probably have a really nice minotaur
Now here's where you
flavour.
go when you have your goblins and you want to get them preserved. They're tannery. I've had 3 goblins stuffed here the last year.
A tannery or a taxidermist?
Well, he does a bit of both.
They're both.
That's pretty cool.
That's
That's
recycling. Right there.
His sideline is doing actual taxidermy, but his main thing is he likes to make leather goods. I don't really want to have any goblin leather goods, but making some taxidermy goblins was an interesting idea. Gave me target practice.
But also, it means you could take the whole deer to him, and he'll use the deer skin for leather and mount the head as a trophy for you. One-stop shop.
Or anyone else you don't like.
Like that horse.
He's not particularly fussy from what I know. Or at least he's never complained to anything I've dropped off to have done.
Go to the horse's stable, it's got a row of human head.
Okay,
from a claw.
over here is another one of the. This is the official smithy of town, not the guy who does weapons. He's the Red Dog Smithy. He doesn't really do weapons very well, but he's the official smith of town. We are in Hicksville after all, so.
So the Sava,
Sarvar's Armory is the best place to go. Whereas Red Dog Smithy is where you go to get things repaired, but not made.
Oh, so he only makes like the really important things like nails and hinges.
Yes, because that is the lifeblood of the town.
yeah.
And off-tune.
Off-tune
Not
managers.
off tune. Look, just because your fingers are too stumpy to play it properly doesn't make it off tune.
Can you please bring that Kenjo just
It's
one
missing
time
a
so it's worth
string.
its value that you
Okay,
pay for it?
so if you're looking for that special herb, this unmarked building that everyone in town knows
I
about,
think there was
which is
enough
why it's unmarked,
emphasis on that.
Oh, I think there was
has absolutely no
Got
signage.
it. No one made noise for it. Shut up, man.
But I'm sure you can find something just to give you that few more points of awareness that I'm sure all orcs need. You know, lacking in the elven sight. You know, years of practice of seeing things. Chemically, you can get there on your own.
Wait, Elf
And-
need to see things? Oh, God.
And the human here is extraordinary in his knowledge of herbs that make you see funky things. I've tried his wares quite a few times.
Teenagers, man.
LSD.
There's nothing better than hunting goblins while seeing 25 different things at the same time.
Oof.
And I've actually still hit a goblin somehow.
You get 25.
Nice work.
Had 25
Oh,
to
you mean like how do
I did shoot about 20 times that time, but I did hit a goblin.
Just how dudes hit that goblin that one time, right?
The first time I actually ran out of arrows.
Wow.
Okay, she says, over here is Bottled Solutions, the favourite place of goblins. It's full of alcohol.
Oh, so that's why we've been meandering our way here.
Yeah, well, they sort of come by here, every rotation, but they do other sort of alchemical solutions. Apparently, they tried to make alchemist fire one time.
Didn't go down so well?
I'm very happy
Ah.
that it's weird.
I still laugh thinking about the fact he didn't have eyebrows for a week.
Am I missing?
Is this where the goblins would have gotten their all the stolen stuff from?
They can make things better than he can.
Right, okay. So they
stole the
wouldn't have
fireworks.
But he thinks he's the best.
No. You say that about most people in town.
You've met people in town, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, so we can move on there.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so over here is a local theatre, Cracktooth's Tavern. Sure to put you to sleep anytime you're having trouble sleeping. Just go in, watch a performance, and you'll be out like a light.
What you know?
Happened to me at least 3 times in one sitting.
What kept waking you up?
Well, apparently I snore.
The smell of popcorn during the intermission.
It's just not taking enough rocket tomatoes.
Some twat off of running around getting fire.
Okay, over
That's a
here
really
is
lovely
a really weird place called the House of Blue Stones. I'm not exactly sure why or what they're into, but they sort of just gibber at me when I talk at them. And because they don't look up, they're always looking at my chest. I feel very, yeah.
Sexualized?
No, they just seem to just stare straight. And as my,
Is that maybe because you're like, what, 2 or 3 foot taller than most
pretty much.
people? Yeah.
I'm used to people looking up to talk at me, and they were just staring straight. So it felt very, not unnerving, just uncomfortable.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessarily. Unnecessarily.
I don't think she feels uncomfortable. She just feels, what?
But I have seen some of them with the symbol of Iori, so maybe if you like that god, they might be good people to talk to.
That's the self-perfection god, isn't it? Aurori?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Over here is the glassworks where someone's petitioning to have it turned into a crematorium.
Big with monks.
Temporarily, I believe, to just get rid of current.
Well, there is this rumor that if you cook a body with the cookware, you can actually get some really nice bright red colours.
Interesting.
Might be might be able to get some bright green colours with goblins.
That is not the way to colour glass.
What, using
It
human
looks
blood?
amazing in the church windows.
I'd love to see if we can get some brilliant green colours with the goblin trials.
Again, not there.
I could still be offended as an audience member.
I felt the disturbance in force.
Alrighty.
Kira, this is not a pantomime, okay? We don't go gasp in the audience.
Well, apparently I did.
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, yes, we do.
Now,
Next
over
time I'm
here
gonna
is
say
where you
gas
clog your
instead.
guts, the Sandpoint savouries. They're a little heavy for my liking.
There's a lot of shops in this hick town.
Oh, it's
Is it
one of those
because you're
cruisy
on-
ones people
how
stop
hick
by
town
on their
is it?
little,
They're getting in really into the
Chewy.
ghetto bits
Yeah.
of.
it's all handmade organic shit that costs like $40 for a single can of something.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're going to be going to the site where
So they're mainly pastries and
Specialist
breads and
shops.
that sort of
3
stuff.
peas on a bead of honey.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a hick
Specialist
shop. They,
But that's
it's
only
hick
because
town.
she's a, what,
It's original.
130-year-old
Well,
angsty teenage elf.
She's older than anyone in this town.
Yeah.
the drug dealer.
You should make sure you knew about those. And she says over here is
The butcher, the baker, amphetamine maker. Yeah.
well, it's sort of a curiosity shop called the Curious Goblin. So I think it's a trap because any goblin who walks in there will not want to leave because it's full of crap. Shiny little trinkets that do nothing, just like a goblin.
That doesn't sound like good branding for town in Sandpoint right now.
Why do you think she doesn't do the town walk around?
It's a local pawn shop. Come on.
And over here's the front end of the theatre, where the other end was where they sort of meet and talk and chat. But I don't really see the difference between the
The front and the back.
the two different, the front and the back. They're all as boring as each other. One of them they sort of sit and eat and drink, and one of them you sit and just watch them fall asleep.
They probably do.
Here's the local
Yeah,
carpenter,
she's
Azric
okay, right?
Battlehorn.
It's legal now.
He's a dwarf, so he actually has some experience with carving. Not as good as whatever the human did that killed everyone around here, but he reckons he's experienced.
Who's the human that killed everyone?
Oh, just some sort of human who decided everyone needed to die.
Crazy
I can
guy
understand
called
that.
Bob. Yeah, we should have been
Yeah.
back somewhere.
Is it
So if you see all these little bird carvings, you'll actually start putting them out all over town on just about everything. He carved all those.
that guy? Because he's the guy that the sheriff talked about.
Yeah. Over here is the lumber mill, so if you're looking for any strong men or women, I'm sure you'll find them there.
Some of them were suspiciously wearing lingerie. Yes.
And
Hey, they have to support the brothels
some of the
somehow.
nicer people in town because they realise that in the forest you can't be dicks. Yes, because the forest itself is alive half the time.
Oh yeah.
If you're going to cut down a tree, you better make sure the tree's not an end. Otherwise, you
There's
might
a
be
50-50 chance?
Apparently.
The ants like to move the trees.
50-50 chance.
That's,
bang
I never
on
said
steroids.
50-50 chance. I said there's a chance there might be an
I'm
ant.
sorry, I thought you said half the time. That's what I was like, what?
I was
That's
thinking
the
he's like
negative
like
half
positive
time.
point clap.
Yeah.
No.
You just got to be careful, like, walk up, introduce yourself to the tree.
And she goes, over here is Willie's love interest's father.
General store.
Apparently he's distraught about the fact that his daughter won't be marrying now. After he'd been talking up how she'd finally found the love of her life.
They went under the stage, made out.
After their night together.
I'm really sure she'll get over it.
Well, I'm sure next week there'll be another one, but hey.
So this is
Woman's
this
gone.
is this week's problem.
Today's problem.
What's today?
I'm
Well,
sure
yeah,
tomorrow will be a
assassin
whole
out.
different problem with her.
Joins the Red Mantis assassins. Get back at the lover who scorned her.
Then you'll be impressed, won't you?
Why don't you love me? Stab, stab, stab.
Here is a local orphanage called the Turadok Academy.
Okay.
That's gonna have
Probably
quite
gonna be a lot more orphans.
Yep.
Well, I grew up here.
We should donate to expand that.
How did an elf
You especially.
become an orphan in a town like this?
That's probably because my parents died.
You create it, she gets rid of it.
Generally, you become an orphan when you have no parents.
Why were your parents
Wasn't he Margot there saying,
in
"Look,
a
goblin"?
human town? Wouldn't they be?
My entire community was killed by goblins.
So you ended up here.
Yes, because I had no community.
Oh,
And there's not even a town to find. Because the goblins burnt it all.
so not so much from here, but ended up here.
Yes. Okay, so over here is how shall I say it? The local dreamer, wisher, Desnian practitioner. She says she can tell your future.
The gypsy.
They don't like that term.
Ah,
Travelers
the
or
insane asylum. Got it.
But they're very good at cursing people.
So avoid that place.
Hey, you're not white.
Oh no, that you'd be welcome there.
I would be.
They will welcome anyone for the right coin. And if you don't have the right coin, I'm sure you had something interesting in your pockets when you walked in.
You're right. That will no longer be there.
Pretty much.
Bye.
Bye.
And over here is where you can find the basic supplies that I use, the grocer's hall.
You are seriously in the ghetto bits of town.
And over there is where they sell their fine clothing. They call it fine. I just think it's rather coarse, but well, like a skill. What can you say? May as well be hides. And over there is where they sell their little carts.
Little cards.
Yeah, wheels, wagons. They
Cards. I thought you said cards, like as in like.
I was about to say cards. Oh no, that only means one thing.
And she points over there. There's the mill. There'll be no goblins there. They learned the hard way that the mill's not a great place to be playing with sharp things. Especially considering most of them are pretty good at lopping goblins' heads off.
Gas.
Lots of practice.
Yes.
The lumber mill.
Yes.
Oh, the lumber mill.
Yeah.
You meant the other kind.
And over here is one of the popular taverns called the Hagfish.
The hagfish. What's the name of the one that your friend?
It is the
Rusty
Rusty
Oh,
Dragon.
the rusty dragon.
So at the Hagfish, you can expect it to have a lot of fishy meals.
Sure, all
Local
by the
sea.
specialty.
Very imaginative, these humans. And it's right next to the fish market. For strange reasons, huh?
I wonder why that is.
So apparently they don't have to go far for their food.
Awfully old.
Why the hell would you call it the hagfish fish?
Because it's a cool fish.
Local
No, it's
delicacy.
Because humans are
It-
stupid and they think it's a cool fish.
Pretty much. And over there is the local market where you can buy nothing useful.
Nothing happened.
Oh, it's all locally made. Local wares.
Poor quality.
Pretty much.
Support the local economy.
Support the local economy.
Buy local.
Buy local.
Why local?
And then there's another place I don't really go to, the meat market.
Goblin.
Why is that?
Organic goblin.
She's a vegetarian.
Oh.
And she's not looking to date. So neither meat market applies.
Over here is the Rusty Dragon Inn where I stay. Amiko still manages to come up with stories I haven't heard, and I've known her all her life. Over here is where my horse came from, the Goblin Squash Stables. Mr. Hosk is one of the few people I actually have time for.
Is that because he got you that horse?
No.
Or
No.
just...
He helps me out on occasion.
Oh, right.
He has the same attitude towards goblins.
Oh, right.
He's the guy who gives the 1 gold bounty
Yeah.
for every, and like decorates the stable with ears.
I've never claimed a bounty from him, but I've given him all the years I can find. Okay, so over here is the local brewery.
Thank you.
2 Nights Brewery. No one will drink there more than 2 nights in a row is my common joke for that place. She says as she walks off, completely a deadpan sort of thing.
Because it's that bad, or like...
Try and find out.
Doozle is confused. Visible confusion.
I take my face value. Okay.
And over there is where you go to do all the paperwork if you want to open your own business.
Yeah, no thanks.
Over there is the shop that sells human knickknacks. They call it a boutique.
Got a couple of them I've noticed too.
And over here is a florist.
Organic.
And here is one of the local named restaurants, Fat Man's Feedbag.
Sounds delicious.
Why does this town consistently come
Ghetto.
up with
We're
such
in the ghetto.
horrible names?
Yeah.
We'll find
You're
you
in the
again.
gangster's paradise.
Okay, and
Apart from the goblins that are apparently camped near town, what is the reason you stay here for?
home.
Convenience, laziness, stupidity.
I know all the people.
All the above.
They've all learned not to try to do anything. At least once. And over here's the local brothel.
There it is.
The Pixie's
Mary
kitten.
Jane and what's her face?
Pixie's kitten.
Yeah.
Oh look,
I'm
they've got
sure.
her
I'm
name
sure
somewhere.
it has the right dust for everyone.
Now when you say dust,
We're not bringing next week's game here. No.
We won't have to, it'll be here.
is
Harry
there a
will dig his
pharmaceutical
own hole.
involved in this, or do they just all shoot out some special kind of fancy dust?
Go in and find out. Okay, over here is the Feathered Serpent.
I can appreciate.
The place you go to. Well, the herbalist sells, stuff that can get you high. This stuff will sell you stuff to get you high. I don't think there's anything in there that's not about getting high.
It's an important difference, though.
So one's shady and unmarked that the whole town knows about. This one is
Blatant.
advertised.
That's for the tourists.
And they charge about 3 times as much for similar
Same.
products.
Yeah.
We've gone from American ghetto to red light district.
Okay, if you have any sick people, here's where you take them. Hannah's. She is the local cleric of Gosra.
Gosra, what?
Hey, and there's another cleric in town?
Yeah, she doesn't like to advertise that she's a cleric. She calls herself a healer. She
Right.
heals people. She's also an elf, but she tries to hide that fact too, even though she stands above everyone.
Yeah, I tried.
She pretends she's not an elf.
Title?
Why would
Hater of
she do
elves?
that?
Hater of elves.
Have you met the locals?
Hater of everyone and everything.
Have you
Except
attacked me?
myself.
Hate,
This is a
hate.
pretty common theme in your
Really
questioning.
emo.
I'm just trying to check if you've been hit in the head in the time we've been walking around or not.
No, I'm just confused as to why someone would want to hide that, but never mind. You don't, that's for sure.
That's because I've stabbed half of them and I've tried something. And the ones I haven't stabbed, I've broken things. Okay, over here is the shipyard. If you want to get a ship built, repaired, or book travel somewhere on the ocean, they're the people you see. And then she points over the water and says, and there are 4 manors over there, depending on which noble you want to insult this week. There's the Valdemars, the Scarnettis, the Kijitsus, and the Deverans. They all have their own idiosyncrasies.
And they're on the island?
They're on the other side of the river.
Oh, the other side of the river, sorry.
So Foxglove is on this side of the river.
It's not the actual manor. It is his town residence.
Right.
He has his manor away from here.
Sure. Oh, yeah. I'm really hoping he's just a well-dressed con man. He's just got the whole town convinced he's an aristocrat. Oh yeah, no, my man is much bigger, but you don't know it. It's
So that's the town in a nutshell, and we've gotten all the missing goblins in that walkabout.
Nutshell. Almost painted the Mona Lisa.
Well, you never really had to walk through town, and getting it from one of the NPCs who hates the place is an interesting way of doing it.
Or one of the PCs who hates to play.
Yeah, that's why I also like it, because she dislikes the place so much, apart from it being home. I don't trust it.
Well, she doesn't have a home.
Make new one? Not yet.
It's not as easy as you think.
You're an elf.
At least you have time.
Hide in a tree. You're a ranger and an elf. Hide in a tree. Traveling tree.
I'm sure she spent a year in a tree and no one noticed.
Yes.
You know, while she was young. Probably about 30 or 40.
Sufficiently for food.
Even though I'm a cleric,
Oh my god, it's crawled.
I still feel slightly attacked.
No,
by
I
this.
breathe. What?
So, and yes, so moving over to the cathedral.
I was just about to say, man, that's a big beer bottle.
It's because it's not beer bottle.
But, so if you watch The Hobbit, they do come in bigger sizes.
No. That's not a beer bottle. This is a beer bottle.
Maybe you just shrunk.
That's not a bottle.
Who says?
I got
Okay,
0 hours of sleep.
See, you played this game.
so you are in the cathedral at this stage.
Yeah.
You're the only ones there because everyone else has left,
Oh, okay.
and you still got the dead bodies around.
What? I thought we got rid of those.
No, they got rid of the goblins.
Oh.
So we've been here for a while,
because
right?
the crematorium isn't up and running yet. You don't have anywhere to bury them.
They've been tossing the goblins off the cliff.
Oh.
What? No, we. Why?
Yeah, it's
You weren't
gone.
here.
Just like that other place.
Yeah, they're going by.
At least they're dead already.
I thought you left instructions.
Yeah, I left specific instructions about that. Like, how is that? Okay.
Let the punishment
You
ride.
did, but that guy went home for bed for the night.
this is where we come out. It's like, haha, ours is not a forgiving God. Drop that gnomish hammer.
Okay.
You heard the walkthrough, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sloshed it out.
Okay. All right. Well, we fucked.
Why are we fucked?
Yeah.
Goblin necromancy, anyone?
No, don't worry.
Oh, right, that wasn't it.
This giant shambling goblin mega zombie comes lurching out of the waves.
Oh, no, sounds fun.
Sure. You stay here. Deal with that. We go.
We've got the Power Rangers.
Nice person that people just generally like.
So what's the secret?
And at this point, Dooz has dropped off at the cathedral for you. As
In what
Shaylu, into the thing
Well,
of,
they weren't drunk. They weren't drinking around town.
Yeah, what does she do?
she leaves you at the cathedral. Says all your friends are inside.
And then
And he's going to deal with the goblin mess they've left off the
And
shore.
then bolts.
Right, fair enough. You don't want any help with that?
Not particularly, I enjoy it, it's cathartic.
Fair enough. Thank you for the tour, and thank you for your local knowledge, and I will try.
I'm sure it will be valuable.
I will try Saba's tomorrow and see if I can't get myself a throwing axe. A what?
6.
A brace.
6 bandoliers.
A bandolier with 6.
6 bandoliers with 6 axes.
And guess what? You can strap axes to all your friends, so you can just reach over and pull an axe and throw it.
No, sure,
Oh, I
I've got
have some, by the way.
3.
What?
We are not surprised by
I
that.
think I'm about 6. I got 3?
3 light hammers.
I got 3.
He hammers.
And look, if you strap it to all your friends, you'll always have a weapon in reach.
And if you run out of axes, you can use a weapon.
What, I
This
can
is
just
my campaign. You have not killed a single thing.
I'm
Go,
doing
I choose your quest.
I've got 2 daggers, you can try
Captain
me.
Prism can suck it. I've got less kill counts than he did.
Is throwing quest considered an improvised weapon?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't get your proficiency with that.
You know, you just, you throw me and I make a
But
cannonball.
it's just
Unless, of course,
fun
you
to
spend
do
some
it.
downtime learning to train to throw quest. In which case, then I'll give you proficiency.
There is actually, I'm pretty sure there's an improvised weapons feat.
No, it can't be the improvised weapon. It
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
be the I'm training to learn quest throwing. quest tossing.
Questful special.
Or
It's a specialization.
If you say please enough, Martin may allow telekinetic projectile of said small PVC.
Very tempting to get proficiency on the wrong quest.
Find time to bring it up, then quest will be down.
Was that the Battle of Helm's Deep?
Yeah.
Easy to toss me. Don't tell the elf.
Okay, so as you're walking, you're seeing Kroll doing what the. Oh, we're so fucked.
You see two goblins and a wizard getting pissed in the corner.
And then passing around bottles to drink with
No,
Kroll
one
going.
of them's an orc.
So one goblin and an orc and an elf.
Walk into a bar.
Loser, you like wine,
walk
right?
into a chapel with a bunch of.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool. Here's 3 bottles. Thank you for helping me out today.
Oh, no problem.
Aw, so nice.
The others didn't show up, so you're getting their lot.
I buy like 12 bottles.
Well, plus considering compared to you, that big size bottle is just this tiny little. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Two-handed,
you're like, thanks, dudes, like you're just trying not to drop like these.
As you pull them in one hand, and just go. Blink.
No, Quest is trying to write songs while we're doing.
While you're getting drunk,
Yes.
give me a Constitution.
Here we go.
Fortitude saving throw.
What do we do with a donkey? Say that one.
In the honey and lettuce.
I'm supposing you shouldn't be surprised you're trying to compose one drunk.
So the first roll of the night is see how badly you compose a song in a church cathedral.
Can't go back.
You gotta roll the tongue.
Yeah, because we don't have a bad
There's a con
bad
save.
history of insulting gods, do we?
Fortitude save, yes. See how badly poisoned you are by your alcohol. Hey, alcohol's technically a poison.
It's 15.
15. You didn't buy the really good stuff, so you're fine. And plus you're a goblin, so you're doubly fine.
Yay!
I'm a goblin. I mean,
Is
That
that
one.
poison resistance?
Maybe you've used up your 20s. Even if it rolls a 1, the most one you should
There it
pull
is.
out because.
There you go.
Yeah, the next one should be a 20. You've used up your 1. Okay, so you start composing a song. Give me a performance roll. And because you're not drunk, you don't get disadvantage.
Yay!
Why did you swap the clear one around?
Because logic.
No.
Are you sure you
16.
made that
Okay,
save?
you start composing a fairly decent song. And what's the topic?
I think this one is about Lady Dawn at this stage.
Okay, so you do this, the Ballad of Lady Dawn.
It's a lady in death.
back.
Just your look at it, it's like, what the? She's back?
No, it's like
He misses her.
Ode to Lady Dawn.
every party member we lose, Quest writes a song for. So
Yeah, but lost her. What are you talking about?
So you have 3 for me?
not yet.
He hasn't gotten drunk enough to do one yet.
I
Oh,
haven't had
you
downtime. I
have
can't
so
write.
much to catch up on. We've done like 7 characters.
Because technically it's going to take him 4 days
4
to write
days to
half the
craft the
song.
song.
Yeah, half the
Half the
song.
song.
Yeah.
You're fucked. You're never gonna finish this.
Because they're the rules.
That's the rules.
Them
So hang on. He's gotten what 4 words out for his ode to the
I've worked out the title.
Which I'm pretty sure Margaret.
I would like to sharpen
Yeah,
a stick
yeah,
into a
it went
spear.
well.
4 days.
It's under control at the moment.
Any making something takes 4 minimum
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
No matter whether it's a juggernaut
Toothpick?
or a stick.
Yeah, making half of something that takes you 4 days.
Yes. So I built half a juggernaut and half a stick.
In the same time.
It hurt. I love those rules. Okay, so yes, you hear Quest off to the side playing some sort of pleasing melody about the Lady of Death in a temple dedicated to the gods.
Can you at least sing that in my
Yeah,
whole
and it's not like Pharasma's been insulted here recently or anything.
And Stefan, could you give me a religion roll?
Yay!
You are the head priest.
I am the head priest. Well, it's gonna be headless soon.
Headless priest! Oh, hell, the headless priest.
What do we have? Well, that's not too bad actually.
But do we have any rerolls tonight?
We do. We have 5.
That is 24 non-natural.
24. Okay, so
I think always do that non-natural 24.
the more he sings, the more of a presence you feel concentrating on the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to be an evil presence.
Am I
It doesn't seem to be a good presence. It's sort of a
Am I currently
presence.
talking to anyone or?
Yes, you're currently talking with Duza and Perry.
Cool. I'm just gonna say to Doomsday and Perry, excuse me, my children. And
Excuse me.
I'm gonna walk over to Quest, grab you by the ear, and pull you out the door.
Okay, so as you do that, give me a perception roll.
Perception.
As you go to reach out for his ear.
My children, please, I've got a spell for that somewhere.
Ghostly form of Pharasma hand on his shoulder.
What did you say? Perception.
Yep.
14.
Okay, as you go to grab his ear, you start hearing the sound of an angry cat.
Oh, fuck.
It's Grumpy Cat.
Cat or tiger?
Does it?
Okay.
He
I feel
doesn't-
like the
Yeah,
noise
I'm
would be
not.
slightly different.
I'm gonna freeze frame and just kind of
It's
stop
just cat, whereas I feel like
and just kind of
Whose ear was he going for?
and ask Quest to please play your
outside.
music outside in the town square.
Wow. Thanks.
Cat is displeased.
I guess I'm keeping your bottles of wine.
Trying not to be
That's
insulted.
fine. Just bring a hanky with you so you can ask for coin or something. Just go busk.
Go away.
Whoa!
Move this way.
I think I just got evicted from the.
Heathen!
From the safety of the temple while there's a crazy elf running around killing goblins.
Clerics are heretics!
This high priest be as donkey head.
Philistine!
This priest hates music. This priest will not allow music in his cathedral.
No, a double dog dare you.
Yes!
Goblin hater!
Orc hater. Mini orc man.
Look, just because you've had bad experiences with bards before.
Just for an hour or two. That's all. Just please.
Oh, dear.
Quest goes out to the square and starts playing outside.
As you walk outside, give me a
Darkness,
perception
my
roll.
old friend.
Oh, is this...
Yeah, elf.
Help is coming yet again.
If Quest is going outside,
If I start
Doomsday
screaming in
will
agony.
What's her name again?
Please no one bother
What
trying
was
to
that?
say.
What's her name?
Yeah, Shalelu.
Shalalu?
Shalelu.
Oh, see, that's a great song.
You just murder it as much as you like, you'll love it.
Too many.
That name is perfect.
17. As you step out there, you see this familiar horse just staring down at you from the very center of the square, right in front of the doors, just staring, ears back, teeth barred.
Back in.
You're an orc, right?
Crawl. Do you outrank horses?
I'd like to think so.
Good. You come tell the horse that I'm allowed outside.
What?
First step in there. I appreciate
I mentioned to you, remember that barbarian horse?
Yes.
You're the high priest. It's your responsibility to take care of trouble in town.
I'm not a stable hand.
There's a certain barbarian horse at the front door not allowing goblins to leave the chapel.
Tell the horse to stop bothering deputies.
Our best friend.
That's it, walk up to the horse.
Who is?
Deputy.
I tried that before.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Yeah, so good luck.
Who Duzanos is currently down at the cliff base dealing with the goblins
You
thrown
with
over
the
the
rank, not
edge.
the soldier.
Oh, do we get to kill a horse? Oh,
Okay. I'll stick my head outside the door and
And you can see the horse just glaring at you.
At the priest? Oh,
Yep.
can I roll
Blasphemy.
perception to see how likely to guess this horse is going to try and kill Quest?
Sure. perception roll.
Very.
Anything but a
Yeah,
1.
yeah. As soon as he starts rolling, very.
Oh, does that for 1? Oh, no.
Oh,
Quest will
I'm
just
breaking
like...
It's fine.
It's okay, it comes apart.
No door will save you.
No, I think the door is saving him currently.
No,
Can I reroll that?
Sure.
It's probably not going to help.
Because was I one? Well, we said
Two,
what door-
actually.
Oh,
Oh,
Again.
two's fine.
Very.
yeah, very.
Oh, that helps. Yeah, thanks.
3.
3.
4.
You doubled your roll!
Doubled it.
12.
Oh, he's fine.
Nothing to worry about.
Bye, Quest.
Bye.
You can sort of see it sharpening its hooves while it's staring at you.
It's obviously
It
just
was nice
fidgeting.
having you
It's
around.
fidgeting.
Obviously.
It's a sign of calm.
We'd sing about
And you can sort of see a
Yeah.
flick of its tail.
It's itchy. It's itchy.
Alright.
And it's streamlined its ears going backwards so it can run faster.
I grab Quest and drag away.
So you came in and sort of said about the horse. Did
I think I
everyone else
succeed
do
my
that?
wisdom save to not go out there.
Okay.
Hello. 19 plus lots. No.
Look, I trust your judgment and everything, but I'm going to go ahead and ignore you.
Are you still gonna play?
Yes.
Okay, can you do it in my office?
Sure.
Cool.
Seriously.
So you go into his office and play?
Performance for the high priest.
Give me
Hey!
give me a performance roll.
I'm closing the door.
That's a natural
Oh.
20.
Okay, so as soon as he steps into the room, you go to shut the door and the door goes punk
The
in
door's
front of you,
shut.
and you hear thunk thunk as it sings lock. You don't have the keys. You didn't know there was a door here. There wasn't a door here earlier.
Wait, what? Oh, fuck.
Just so we're all keeping track, it's 29.
And so basically, you got a 29 upgraded. That's what an actual 20 does.
Yep.
Oh, your office is locked, isn't it?
And you start playing the best song you've ever played in your
This
life.
is the best song in the world. This is the best song
And
in the world.
you have an
I know
audience
we need
of
you
2
guys.
tigers.
Look into my eyes and I see.
Just staring at you, either side of you, just staring at you as you're playing the best song in the world.
Margot's clapping.
And you spend the next hour playing the song again and again and again.
I'm getting really tired.
I'll play a different.
Just keep
Um,
playing.
Can spend any time to try and memorize what I'm playing.
You're in so much fear right now.
This is just a tribute. This is not the
I'd
best
like
song.
to, whilst going on, send
Do you know what the story is behind
someone
that?
to get Will.
And on the outside of the door, you see it's like claw marks that look
Actually had a
like
dream where he
Willie's
played the
face.
best song in the
Yeah,
world. And he
yeah.
actually
I'd like to
wrote
send someone
a
to
tribute
get
to
Will,
that.
please.
And then Tenacious D
Okay.
took that story and made the
So,
right song version.
while you're preparing to go to bed for the
Violence
night
story.
and sleep,
Mm-hmm.
there's a bash on your door.
Horse.
Who is it?
So, which one of you has been sent by Kroll who's not Quest? I'm not Kroll.
What quest?
Because both of you, he said he was getting someone to send. Who's he sending? Parry or Doozer? Or both?
I'm
Probably
in the
go
church,
both.
aren't I?
Yes, but if you go out there, the horse will probably kill you.
Stonked.
Well, there's only one way to find out,
Probably
right?
both, because Parrot's like, I want it. Let's go.
Yeah, Harry's like, oh, I'll do it. Doozer, make sure he gets the right building.
Given that I got a tour of the town, I know exactly what
Hey,
it
listen,
is.
as you're in trouble, finds local brothel and then Parry's gone.
So you take him to the
Bye,
pixie
Parry.
place. Here, Parry, you go in here, and then you walk off.
Yeah, probably. So you have your happy time.
Actually, should I make a
So,
roll?
we
as-
find Parry the next day naked and broke.
Wearing nothing but a shift
Cheese
and a
over
smock.
there.
Not his shift.
Cheese over there.
Okay, so you get dropped off at the local place. On the way. Give me a perception roll to see if you notice.
Can I make a roll to see how drunk I actually am?
Sure, fortitude save.
What would you say?
Good cheese.
Oh, get
That's a
that.
19.
Bending that.
So 19, not as drunk as you are pretending to be.
So I know where I am.
Does that mean you're happy? You don't have to deal with
So you now have a
Willie.
choice as to whether this is where you get left or not. Is that a will save now?
Can I roll against my bad temper?
It does have a symbol of Chaliax in the window.
Of course it does.
We'll say
Crit fail, will save. Fuck him.
We'll say we're disadvantaged.
Yeah, I'd like one Telexian special, please.
It's right next. It's right next to the symbol of Callistria. The Telexian Callistria.
12.
Yeah.
It happens.
12.
Yeah, absolutely.
12 on the will save, so I'm in there.
Okay.
Well,
And,
this
this,
Callistria is a religion.
Quite attractive woman says, "Welcome, welcome. Are you here for pleasure or pain, or both? I can deal many different things in many different ways."
I explain the ways of the parry.
The ways of the parry.
I'm sure I can come up with something more imaginative. Right this way, sir.
I bet you she can't.
Yeah, exactly.
The parrot countess has a much better rack.
Exactly.
I mean that both ways.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried dabbling in magic while doing so?
I'm pretty sure I have. It wouldn't be going past parry to.
Okay, so she leads you off into the room while that scene fades away.
Duza carries on to the Rusty Dragon.
Yep.
Is that right? Yep.
And you show up with a lot of people heading out for the night because it's late. You see Amiko greets you and says, "Oh, hi, how you doing, Duza? Did you have fun with Shailelu?"
Oh, Doza, how are you doing?
Yeah, she's very informative in her way.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust everything she says. She hates the town.
Yeah, no, I kind
Well,
of
at least some of the town people.
When you double dog there,
noticed that.
you need to call her Shalalehi.
I'm sure Amiko will pay you to do that.
Found her.
Shillelagh, right?
Serenade her from a window. I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Shaylu's also left her horse in front of the church.
She's got a horse now.
Yeah, that raging barbarian horse. I'm not sure if you heard about that earlier today.
I heard about a horse and someone trying to cuddle it, and
Yeah, but the person
that
who
what
come
Willie was
against
trying to do?
is the one that tried to cuddle it. I had to stop it from killing the other party members, though.
well,
Other party.
trouble with a goblin.
Willie.
Get tried to be murdered by townsfolk.
Yeah, it seems to be a very common occurrence still.
Hey, at least it's not Magnamar.
Okay.
A lot of you could be hung for just travelling with a goblin.
Fair enough.
If you get the wrong helmet.
Town didn't, but we did.
We come across
Yes,
all kinds
yes,
of
because you were Jedi's at the time.
You
They're
did,
awesome. They're great
but you
people.
didn't interact with them. Okay, so Willie's upstairs. I'm sure he's half dressed, so perfect time to drop in on him like half the girls' trade. Had to send away 2 locals who were just wanting to see what all the fuss was about with the scarred person. Because obviously, if he's got scars like that and he walked away, he's obviously got an interesting tale to tell overnight.
It's Willie. It's Willie Wonkamobi. Bit of a
You've
reputation.
caused, you've caused so much trouble around this town. You've got a reputation. About.
Well, he managed to evade a betrothal that he didn't want to do. So people are quite impressed. Now there's a challenge.
Just like, is it to bed him or bed her or both?
No, him. She's easy.
Just wanted that clarification.
Hey, newsflash! So's he.
Apparently she's easier. Which is a lot of stuff.
He's gone.
The hard thing is saying no to her.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah, it took Zed. Zed was no.
The rumours going around about you in this scenario are totally wrong. It's amazing.
I think they might be glorifying him a little bit too much.
Amazing.
Hey,
Amazing.
come
Every
on.
word you just said was wrong.
Better him than some other
Bad
people.
boy who doesn't
The
take
rumors are right.
no
Just
rules.
no was Zed.
See that scar?
Here's the bad
That's
boy
from the
that only
last
gives
day
Noah's
and trying
name
to
song.
start forgetting his daughter.
I'm already trying to see if we can
She's
get it
on
in front of
hate his
Mayor.
dog, but damn, I got her.
We should have a woman in charge instead of this handsy guy.
Hi.
No.
You know, I actually managed to kick him in the nuts during the festival.
I could punch him, I'm even.
Good on you.
Well, he'd sort of grabbed something. So I, kicked something. I felt fairly, even playing field.
Good on you.
So let's go and wake your friend. Thump, 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 thump.
And this isn't a light thump. This is Drew's like almost breaking the door down.
Who is it? Cop knock.
Yes.
Who else would be
I think
knocking
Cup
that
Knock
loud
left
this
about
time
2
of
knocks
night?
ago. That's
Yeah, but
Army.
it's-
I'm going
Who
to
is it?
And you hear a female voice going,
No, the special
your nightly masseuse.
Your scorn.
Your free masseuse.
Do I recognise the voice?
No. She puts on a really girly tone when she does it.
Housekeeping!
Oh, you ice cream. It's in my service.
My character goes. I can take him.
And you open the door and there's Dusa standing right in front of the doorway.
And so opens the door. He's facing off with Doozer, ready for a fight.
My character goes. Oh yeah, cool. Let's get to this. Sure, why not?
Someone's here to turn down the bed.
So I'm going to turn down Willie, I don't know.
So when you're finished, I'll close up, she says as she walks downstairs.
And Miko walks away going, that's why she didn't get anywhere.
I don't know why you keep
Willie.
buying alcohol. You got this service.
Seriously, what is this?
He's a switch hitter. Oh, who knew? The dude bats left-handed. Wow.
Oh, he's goofy.
Oh,
got
I was
it.
considering your buddy, Mr. Feathersword.
Hey, everybody does.
He lives up to his reputation.
It's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
6 months,
I
so
assumed
maybe-
as much.
Was he one of the ones who got killed? Or yeah, I thought so.
Oh, damn it.
Just because he
You-
died
you
doesn't
don't-
mean he can't be brought back.
Yeah, you don't know. No one else knows those details yet. But yeah.
No. But I'm going to be disappointed when I find out.
Okay, so.
I lie down on the bed, take my shirt off.
Dudes look horrified.
Like, what are you doing?
Puppy sticks his head in beside you and then takes one look at Willie and
Puppy,
goes,
you brought
shakes his head and
Puppy?
walks away. Puppy goes everywhere.
Oh, that's
So Puppy
sweet,
gonna wait downstairs
dude.
until you're done.
You're crossing a line.
Yeah, sexy's and fur. Kinky's using the whole wolf.
Wow.
Housekeeping.
Does Puppy have a safe word? 'Cause
Puppy's
he
in the
should
main
probably have a
outfit.
safe word.
So no, his safe word is just like,
Safe word.
Safe word. I'm leaving.
I cast
Bye.
punch.
Safe word is bye.
Yeah, just like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Man.
There was an offer of
Massage, yeah.
No, that's just Miko playing games because she's been very entertained about you collecting most of the local town girls.
I did.
Or they're trying to, at least.
Really?
Oh, fuck.
Free massages for me?
Seriously? You didn't happen to drop any names, did you?
Everyone.
Don't you have a charisma of like 10?
Yeah, just
And no diplomacy, no,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
nice guy
No,
skill, no
no.
deception,
No.
not even intimidation. You
No.
have no social skill whatsoever.
No.
Just but chick stick scars.
Yeah. All right. Well, I roll off the bed.
Chick stick
start
scars
pulling
and
shit
bitches
off.
love
So what are you doing here?
You mean you worry about the shirt?
Kroll.
Pain heals, chick stick
is-
scars, glory lasts forever.
Kroll has a problem and he wants the rest of the party back at the
I like how that kind of changed from go get Will's rest of party.
Well, that's pretty great. He's
Because
the,
Kroll has a problem.
What you don't realise is that dudes have split the party by showing Parry the, oh, look over here.
I lost one, I'll get more.
Well, no, because we're
Party
collecting him on the
neutral.
way back.
Well,
I hope.
you're going to have to be waiting around for a while.
Yep,
Okay, well then
it's
fine.
Parry you're talking about.
So we're gonna walk by though first.
Yeah,
and
he
find out
normally
if we're
gets
gonna
lost
be
for
waiting or
days.
what.
Oh, Willie's gonna go in there.
It's a brothel, right?
Yes.
My character goes, I have to keep this in mind. Okay.
But
Cool.
you didn't
Okay,
say
so
that.
as he takes you over, you open and you see this really beautiful woman. Yes. Oh, Willie, I hear you're looking for some company for tonight.
Okay.
Rumors around town.
Let it
You
go,
went into the
Margot, let it
brothel?
go.
He went into a brothel, so of course he's looking for company for the night.
No, I'm.
Well, we have our going rates over here.
Whoop, I'm interested.
So,
Not cheaper than Karmaga.
What, cheaper?
Yeah. Oh yeah, way cheaper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for academic purposes only.
You're talking silvers instead of gold.
Just think about it this way.
Yeah, okay.
We're just under a third of the party
Cool.
is sexual deviants.
Which
Just a
third are
third?
you talking about?
Actually, that's probably about right. Actually. Yeah.
It says, what were your friends busy? Would you like to partake of one of our clientele?
No. How long is he going to be?
two.
Because he has.
Well, he's all tied up right now,
Okay,
so...
perfect. We're going.
X.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe later.
Whenever you need to. Okay.
Okay. So we'll head off to the church.
Okay, you head off to the church. Do you stop by and pick up Zed on the way?
Where's Zed at the moment?
Aristocrat Manor, Foxglove.
Did I know that?
No.
Did anybody?
You never
No,
actually
I
got
know he's
introduced to
there.
where he's staying.
okay.
I was offered the.
Okay, so yes, yeah, you know where it is.
No,
So one of the nicer looking buildings is set up as the local Foxglove stop. You even have this symbol now to the front. You remember the pop wearing. So you knock.
Oh, do we go there?
If you know where he was, yeah.
Okay, door opens and a servant says,
My character would not raise it because I would assume
"Oh,
that she would already know. That it would be already known where you were.
I
somebody else
I
would have
didn't
gone
think
to
I was
get you.
making a secret of
You
it.
need
I
help?
said all the time I was heading off to stay at
Yeah,
with
but
the
I wasn't with
aristocrat.
the rest of the party when you told the rest of the party.
Does anyone
So-
So and because nobody
does anyone need
mentions-
the bathroom at all?"
No.
only be about
You're
2
good.
minutes.
That's okay.
No worries.
I'm gonna hop off that way.
Because nobody's mentioned.
Okay, in which case then you go straight to the cathedral.
Go.
Okay, you went to the cathedral and you went out with one, you came back with one, so it's a moot.
I came back with one that Kroll wanted, so.
So yes, apparently she exchanged parry for Willie.
Okay.
I'm sure that's a good going rate.
I'd say I'd be surprised, but I'm not.
Are you sure? I want to see. Will
Ever
still
since our
count.
training, I've known Parry to disappear for 3 days or weeks at a time. So yeah.
Same. Yep.
It's not uncommon. If there's anyone expected to disappear 3 days, it's Parry.
So when we walk in, my character just walks straight up.
What
and goes,
you've got right now is the Parry wannabe.
Parry apprentice.
Burn. And my character just
You
walks
wish
straight
you
up
could
to
have
him
the
and
Parry
goes,
countess like Parry.
"Look, Kroll, I just got to say this right off the bat. It's not my fault."
Has to be said at least once per session.
Yeah, that's fine. But look at this door.
You see the same scar that you've seen in the mirror across the door,
So Quest is currently in
which
there
wasn't there the last time you were here.
playing really
Door
nice.
and the scar.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
remember that door and why.
I didn't have a door.
Grown hair.
And Kroll's currently in there in my office
Ow.
playing music, and that appeared.
Did Kroll hear
And
growling?
seeing have
Erring?
some kind of relation to,
Kroll did
you know,
earlier,
that
but he hasn't said that.
thing.
Okay.
This is kind of getting out of hand.
But no one can hear what's happening in there.
What the hell did we do?
Can't hear anything.
No, it's completely you can't hear anything
Oh, we
through the
can't
door.
hear
Not
anything.
through the
Okay,
door.
alright.
Your church is cursed. You
Apparently,
Door's locked.
There is no lock. There is no handle.
That's just a door.
Yeah.
Okay.
The massa.
Probably because.
Magnesium man.
You want to make another, religion roll and go for 3 tonight? 3 visitations. Third time's the charm.
Take me to church.
like normally I try and go ahead and handle this myself, but I have no idea about this god. And the only instance I have of it is with you. So, yeah.
Okay, my character goes after sort of going, walks up to the door
Mhm.
and knocks on the door. Goes, "Hello, it's Willy One Kenobi. Might
Okay.
I come in, please?"
Okay. As you go to knock, your hand doesn't strike anything.
What's an
Gasp.
Character goes,
As you stick your face in, you see a cat turn and go thunk and pull you on. all you see is him stick his face in the door and then thunk.
My character probably goes from upright to like vertical, and my legs do this thing.
And then they slowly pull into the.
That was fun. Margo, go next.
And
Sprinkle holy water.
The power of Kroll compels me.
This is obviously what happened to the last cleric.
Of course they won't think you're crazy at all.
Margo wants to follow. She's
Okay,
like,
so in there you can see that there is another cat there, sitting the other side of a rather distraught-looking bard going. And the other cat that pulled you through is now sitting on you.
Nah.
So cat or tiger?
Tiger, big cat.
Both.
They only see themselves as little purry things,
I try to relax, and
and it seems to be needing you.
okay.
Needing?
Needing.
Eating.
Needing.
It was needing.
You did want a
That was
massage,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Careful what you wish.
So apparently you're getting the massage you asked for.
No, getting a massage, just not the one I asked for. I
getting
try to
clean,
relax, like I...
Well, you said you could do with it.
Yeah, true.
Wait for the cleaning bit.
You clean after massage.
I'll relax. I'll sort of just I go with it. You know, there's obviously no way I'm
Willie
going to be
goes
able to
limp.
not go with it. And I look across at Quest and say, so, what's going on?
Carry on.
You just going.
Yeah, no, you're watching it. This is what's going on. Has been for like
An
half
hour.
an hour, an hour. I lost track of.
Nope.
This is like the
Yeah.
Still
jelly.
9th
Yeah.
or 10th
You get it-
time I've played this.
You get another 20 more minutes of a performance before the cats just fade away and the door behind you fades away.
Like, well, as you're playing, and the 20 minutes goes, my character's going, "That's a really good song. You should remember that."
And then it gets playing over and over and
Are your
over.
fingers bleeding yet? I feel like they would
Fingers are
bleed.
I
I feel like you would be worried you're gonna like miss a step because your fingers were all bloody and
I'm well motivated to not
they're
miss a
all
step.
like
I think.
wet.
Okay,
and
so
slippery.
after the hour, you're absolutely sure that song, whatever that song was, is absolutely seared in your. Oh crap! I've forgotten it.
It's gone.
No, not tribute. No.
But now you can make that tribute song that's even better than the original.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as like they let up, Quest is going to let Luke fall to his waist and. Is his fingers bleeding?
Yep.
Of course
Start
they are.
writing it down in the blood on the table.
On the wall.
Floor, I think you
My
My office. What the hell?
Nearest convenient semi-smooth surface.
Oh, I thought you were going to call the song. That's a great song.
to my desk.
The wall right behind his desk.
On the wall. Oh, great.
Whatever's big enough to hold it. Start trying to write it.
Definitely.
I'll give him a hand.
Yep.
Anything I can remember.
Give me a performance roll.
On the phone? Whose phone are you using? What
He's
are you
using
with
his
Goblin?
phone.
Like, fuck
Yeah,
you
cut your
guys.
finger and keep going.
On a side note, what do you think these goblins and
As if
writing
you
things
had
on the walls with
desecrated
blood?
my
Yeah.
office enough already.
Oh.
It's tasty.
This church is
And at
fun.
this stage, Parry finishes up his time. He's quite happy.
How many
As Parry would always be.
useful things are there to make to
energized?
write with that are also tasty?
Bit worn out.
Listen, that was a long time coming, okay? I've been away from
This may go to
for a
fisticuffs, but I
while.
think he's screwing up
So
your music.
do I
man.
see them
Okay. I think he
bang on
failed.
the walls and stuff?
Well, when you notice the door just disappear,
Okay.
and then you see Parry and Willie writing on the wall.
No, I don't write. I go.
Quest.
Yeah,
not there.
I thought this word was this word. And Perry's
Okay,
like,
you've seen the goblin writing in blood
It's
all over your wall.
Quest.
Sorry, Quest. Yeah, sorry, Quest.
This is why he's getting it.
First of all, I'm gonna.
But if you,
If you
quiet,
touch me, I will smear my blood on your face before I keep writing.
He's on a mission
Why don't you do it with the other hand? You've got
He's a
the
mission
hand.
from God.
from God.
Alright.
Left hand that way.
Look, I
Right,
just
no.
played the greatest song in...
The world.
That's the wrong note.
And you notice that all the notes
I'm-
you've written
I'm
now
gonna-
have
I'm
just
gonna thrust-
scribbled.
I'm gonna thrust a pencil and parchment into Willie's hand. Like, write down what he's saying because I'm cleaning my office later.
I just start copying.
And everything you're copying is basically drip
It's all
marks.
smoothly and drippy, silver notes.
It looks like music to him. He got
Yeah,
like a
so
no number.
you might as well just go spit. There you go.
It plays it in reverse.
And then once Quest is done, I'll give him a heal.
Yeah, I
Fingers
forgot
are
I
it.
don't know why I
That's
thought you
wrong.
rolled the
That's
rubber.
not
I was
right.
like,
That sounds like shit.
I've lost the song.
You know it, right? If I just play it, you'll be able.
So that
Was it a 1 bad or just? And no performance skill.
so that
But he
No
does
charisma.
he does correct your notes, and he says words that you're absolutely sure you never actually said.
Yeah.
And
So
you
You know how you can help people?
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much.
so
Yeah,
he's
but-
Actually,
And then
like,
you're saying something that rhymes with orange, and
Oh no, there's a word that rhymes with orange in Goblin. It's just orange spelled backwards.
Yep. I treated your wounds for about like 9 health. Whatever.
Yeah. Thank
Purple.
you.
and then you've been patched up with duct tape.
Prestidigitate. Prestidigitate.
Nothing happens. The blood's still there.
oh, good.
some weird made up.
Orange and
Bucket of
purple.
water.
Never mind.
Soap.
Yeah, so I don't think this is your church anymore.
thanks for that.
Harry makes his way back.
Okay, you wander in just in time to see Kroll hand Quest a bucket of water with
A brush.
and you can see that there's all this goblin blood on the wall behind him. That seem to have sort of smeared all together.
His fingers are bleeding.
And
Or
his
bandaged, at least.
fingers bandaged up about 4 times the size of his finger. So his fingers sort of like stuck out like that.
I'm pretty. It's interesting because I'm possibly the smartest one here. I'm going.
Without a doubt.
Not hard.
Yeah.
And that's even after
Not,
you've been drinking.
not a big baseline there, dude. Not a big baseline.
Harry is the fuck.
I had a thing. It was a good thing. A really
Do
good
we need to get
thing.
a psychiatrist for
It
you?
was a
No, we need a fucking exorcism.
This is the most relaxed
Go on,
Willie's
my
ever
priest.
looked.
Yeah.
That's a
Willie looks extraordinarily
peace.
happy, and that's unusual for Willie.
Finally got his
Yeah, it's
massage.
creeping me out. Oh, I get
So Willie's.
Willie looks extraordinarily happy.
At peace with the world.
Yeah, it's creepy.
You never seen
How
him
you
look
do
that
it?
way.
No,
Which
it's
underage
how
girl have you kissed at
you
this time?
do
Not
it.
yet. No, I've got a couple of names. Gonna go and say hi.
Got some numbers.
Yeah.
I'm not there, don't look at me.
I'm gonna find the local sheriff and alert.
Apparently he's talking to us in the morning for the next part of the quest. So that's what we're hanging out for.
So I guess I'll turn to you and ask, am I allowed to discuss with the others what you saw? Now that this has happened and Harry knows?
Sure.
No, I just need the results. Okay, I want to know what happened.
Alright.
I played
Notebooks out ready for something smart. Hopefully.
literally the most amazing piece of music anyone will never hear again.
Yeah, you're a bar that doesn't count.
No, it was
So-
really good. Really
It
good.
was. You think it's the best song in the world?
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Basically, there's some kind of
I'm just not sure who this Lady Dawn is.
deity who's related to cats or tigers or something.
No, it was.
Before your
It was
time.
the Dark Lady, not Lady Dawn.
Because
Oh, really? The Dark
Yes,
Lady?
the Dark Lady.
Ah,
has
okay.
now got claws.
Dawn took a back seat once the tiger got involved.
And you think Crazy Cat Lady got in there somewhere?
Those same claw marks were seen on a doorway here.
Okay.
weeks before.
Holy shit, your face is messed up. What happened?
Yeah, he wasn't here for that.
Oh,
And it looks like it's been there his entire life, but
nothing to worry about.
it wasn't there before the last time you looked, and it even goes right through
You
his
gonna
eye.
call it a blessing or anything?
Documenting, scribbling.
Mark of pride?
That doesn't happen
Ritual scarring.
No, I know it doesn't. Magical things, documentation, da 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 da.
See, I love the fact that I didn't realise that it was new. And Dooza probably wouldn't care anyway because Dooza's just like covered in scars anyway. So,
These
Scar-
things happen.
Yeah, but
your
these
face
things
is.
happen.
So Dooza's thing is your face is different.
Your face is yeah. He's like, hey, Dooza's like, what are you talking about?
I don't see face.
No, Dooza's just like, he's
As
like,
far as I'm
scar,
aware.
scar, like, what's the thing with scars all of a
He'll
sudden?
probably have a big bruise from when he knocked himself out.
Mhm.
Probably have a big bruise from when he got trampled by the warhorse.
Mhm.
So why the hell do you have scratch marks on your face?
These things happen.
Not the scratch marks. Deep claw heels,
Scar marks.
scars. That look like they've been there.
The sort of thing that
since-
people don't normally survive.
Things you get after decades of healing.
Yep.
And you said you played. Did you remember playing for Tigers?
I saw you all of a couple of hours ago, and you didn't have.
Remembers what he did, but not how he did it.
He's just not very observant.
I'm
From
not
my whole
observant.
life, man.
He's always
I'd
got
stare
scars
at
on
you
his
when you were
face.
on the floor.
Yeah, but I've always had these scars.
So, just to clarify, we're going
One
to
black
outright
orange,
lying
one
with
blue
no
and
deception skill again?
One black and
Just
orange,
check.
Oh, it's
one
obvious
blue and
I'm
white.
lying.
Really big. Like just tigers are really big
Everyone
compared to
knows on why
really
he's
big compared to the war
lying.
horse
Not
that was
he's
trying to kill
lying.
us.
Okay.
Not when I'm staring at you on the ground going, holy shit, what the hell just happened to him again? No, these are new, and I'm going to figure out what the hell. Well, I want to know more about these.
D.
About face.
Are you sure
Doesn't
you
he
don't
always
say
want
that?
to? Are you
Well-
sure you just don't want to bet him?
It was such a pretty face earlier.
Yeah, but
I know, I stared at it when he got knocked out multiple times.
no one is so pretty they can't be improved by a few claw marks.
I really want Perry just to go to his face and go, mmm.
Is it an illusion?
Do you know what
Study his scars like he studied Zed's runes. Go on, do you?
Do you know what these deity or deity?
Yeah, I actually had to track
is?
with it. Well, I was still wondering how to, like, scribble as I walked.
Do they have a name? Or are we just calling them Tiger?
Lefty and righty.
Actually, no. Do I get the ability to make a bard law on that? But or
Written
are they
what?
just not written down anywhere?
They're not written down anywhere.
No. Tigers.
This
Lions,
deity is
tigers,
called
and bears.
Tigers?
Why?
Lions,
Who
tigers,
said
and
they're
bears.
deities? They're just tigers.
Because of the interaction I've previously had with Willy, I know there is some form of deity.
As opposed to just like messengers or just supremely magic beings.
Well,
or...
okay, they could be messengers of deities perhaps, but still they're related to some kind of new deity.
Double trouble.
Illusion roll there. Yeah, okay, I'll buy it.
So, from what you know, is that they do
It's
relate
not
to
the
Lady
lumberjack.
Dawn.
They
Oh,
relate to
yeah,
Lady
today.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you guys
I
were
haven't seen
around
that
when
woman
she
drink
walked
again,
out to
have
the tiger when it ate all those...
They never actually saw the tiger.
Ah,
So, yeah. One's a white tiger with a stupid attitude.
Yeah, all I've seen is these claw marks. Both on the door and also on your face, apparently. Might want to get that
Wait,
seen
there was a
too.
door?
I'm gonna heal him.
My
I'm sure
office
you
didn't
can
Piss
actually
hands,
have a
sassy.
door.
And it doesn't have a door
Once
anymore.
Performance happened. A door appeared, and then Willie tried to shove his face through it, and went through it, and then there were claw marks on the door. So yes.
Kroll is
Roll
obviously
to check your
hallucinating.
sanity right now.
it wasn't real.
Seriously, you're ending up like the other priest at the moment.
Yeah.
Kroll,
This job makes
did
you
you
crazy.
try sticking your face through the door?
Why the hell would I?
Did you try opening the
You're looking at
door?
him like, he's smoking crack, what are you
Did you try opening the door?
Insight
Yeah.
perception.
What? Dooza, are you
touch
checking
that.
for special herbs from that shop? Like,
So
I wasn't
you
aware
saw
until
an
they
illusionary
were
door and immediately went, I'm just not gonna bother. I could
Don't
have been
worry.
getting killed in there.
Though you can actually have had a whole lot of different herbs and spices that do a similar experience. Maybe it's something he ate.
What have I, with a 25, known by the tone that he's probably telling the truth?
He believes he's telling the truth. That's whether
he
it actually.
he believes what he saw.
He believes
Yeah.
what he saw.
yeah, you're gonna need to do a blood test. Just rule out any
So,
of those other drugs.
from your logic and understanding of stuff is, as far as he's concerned, it's the absolute
But
truth.
I've got
In reality,
Ask Willie.
Juice is like, I didn't
I've
show
got
you that house.
two party members who've seen the door,
they've been sharing drinks
and
around.
one that's been locked in the door.
I didn't see it all.
Or he didn't see it all.
Did Quest happen to add some spices to the alcohol?
I don't think you did.
Well, if I did, they didn't work on you, did they?
No.
They didn't work on Juicer either, not that Juicer.
Because would Willie remember the whole going through the door thing?
Hey, shared hallucinations is a thing.
You didn't drink any of the alcohol.
No.
So then,
Up comes
can't be the
Razor.
alcohol.
He must have been telling the truth.
Yep. You come round full circle.
yes,
After coming up with reasons for why he's lying and it didn't happen, and it's like breaks down. Oh, for fuck's sake, it all breaks down.
God damn, he's telling the truth.
No, I haven't done.
Just I wish I wasn't.
So, give me your religion roll on that wish.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
You
fuck.
wish you weren't telling the truth. Yeah, this is a dangerous place and time to be saying comments like that, champ. As the High Priest.
Oh, you fucking son of a bitch. Pardon my French, yeah, it's a 20.
Okay, so as you say everything just fades to black. And sitting in front of you are two tigers. So sitting either side of you, staring at you with
Why should everyone else have the religious experience? I mean, seriously, this is your cathedral, damn it.
Just imagine this time, and crows are going.
Yeah, about damn time you two showed up.
Oh no! Everyone else is just frozen in time when this is happening.
Oh, so we're frozen in time now.
Your personal experience.
So your personal experience with the tigers, as they're staring at you with the knowledge of ages, making you feel small and insignificant.
Yep.
Small.
I'm small enough as is already. So.
Well, as you look at them, you notice that you come up to about the height of the paw.
Wow.
And they're sort of crashed all the way down to stare at you. Your mouth says.
You're effectively standing in front of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
Two of them.
And in your head you hear, what is your wish, Kroll?
Oof. This is a dangerous game to play.
This is a dangerous game. What the hell would Crow wish for?
I become the true high priest of...
Can someone please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I was not prepared.
Wish granted. What?
Oh,
-5 to initiative rolls. And dexterity saves.
You're always getting dressed just before combat starts.
It's a great question.
Why does Kroll always undress for battle? I don't know.
Incontinence.
Why does his clothes always teleport off his body? Oh, combat. One moment.
Oh, Kroll's naked again.
We don't need to scout this much for Kroll's trousers.
Yeah, no surprise round. As soon as the clothes disappear, you know something's around.
Okay,
So seriously, Kroll, seriously, in the face of heralds, messengers, semi-quasi-deities of some sort, within your temple that you've taken over as the local high priest...
And in the background, you see a ship of bones just sailing past.
Funny. That was good. I love that one.
Fine.
Hey, Adam!
Oi, sailor!
Yep, it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like across the sail would be like the last wish users or something.
Well, it's gonna be a good episode.
Don't wish for a ship.
How do you steer this thing? You're really thinking about this wish.
He knows what I'm like.
I know.
No, the reality's just hit him and he's gone actually crazy.
Yeah, where are those insanity?
Yeah, can you start making a series of wisdom saves to maintain?
So Martin whips out the notebook and starts writing sanity scores down again.
Sure, give me a wisdom save. That sounds like a good idea.
I hate you guys.
And he gets like, guys, shut up! You're not helping me. Don't give mine in. Shut up.
It's just a will saving.
Yep, will saving throw.
I'm pretty sure he said wisdom.
Wrong system.
It changes.
That's
Close
a
It
15.
changes between.
That's a 15. Okay, you're finding your sanity start to slip. As you notice that the ship in the background, it seems to be made out of bone for some reason. And
Yeah, that
standing on it is some guy with a flaming skillet at the prow.
That was the style at the time.
Yeah, what was the start of this?
A headless pirate ghost with a flaming skillet.
Yes. As he's flipping his head in the skillet.
They're singing a fun song like I hope,
Wait,
I hope,
who
it's
read
off
this
to work
story?
we go.
Yeah, an NPC character.
And the eye just winks at you as it flips. And you hear this little voice saying, "This could be you."
How's your brain knowing your fourth wall's been broken?
Trying to cope still. I'm still waiting for the guy to go, look at me now, look at the chip, look at me now.
Now I'm on a timer.
You wish your man was me, but he's not. You smell like me.
That's a great.
You could be on the skeletal ship if you were me.
funny thing is, he is
Marketing
me.
genius.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
gold.
laughing, I'm sorry.
This is how the sanity cracks.
Yeah.
Not with madness, but with.
You broke
Okay,
and
so
laughter.
what are you seeing? They go, and you hear this thing in your head. Your wish has been granted. It's like, but,
Oh.
and then it's like,
Yes.
I didn't actually say anything. And you're in front of these people with this look of,
And you know exactly how it feels.
My character's
no
like,
scar.
No scar.
no
No,
scar.
no scar.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no blood in his face either. He's gone bright white.
Wait.
Are you
He's
okay?
completely white.
Oh, him.
Yep.
You look
I
like you
thought
just had a
you meant
mental
Willie.
break.
Yeah.
So Willie's not a scar.
No, he's still got the scar, but this one met the cats and no scar.
Yeah.
We don't know that. Because we were frozen in time.
Am I able to talk or is it just...
Yeah, you can talk, but it's completely up to you. Exactly.
Yeah.
You just
No,
realised
no,
you've
no.
met something that has
Hey,
granted you a wish that you didn't actually word.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So it's an unbound wish.
So, apparently I've met the 2 tiger deities?
Cool. What were the names?
So this is now the third
I
person
don't
who's saying they've
know.
seen the 2 tiger deities.
Right. Quest starts writing it down. What do they look like?
Well, there was a
also doing the
skeletal
same.
vessel in the background with a dread pirate riding it.
And as you're
now
writing,
that's a bit
and,
far.
Flip, flip, new page.
as you're writing this, it's like, and you start looking at nothing you're writing actually matches what you're trying to write. You seem to be writing about something about Willie and his conquests,
I've had conquests.
and it's describing in detail his time in Karmagar.
Oh, detail.
So,
Oh, no, please stop writing.
so I'm the same.
Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Because
All the
I'm
little
trying to
graphic
write
pornography
exactly
pictures.
this.
Well, things you're writing about is how the all the things the Paracountess taught you. The survival guide to the Paracountess is currently what you're writing.
Oh, I'm going to keep on writing that.
This looks like marketable material.
As far as I'm concerned, you guys are taking notes. So,
Yep.
and I'll also mention that apparently
The more you pay attention to him, the better notes get.
they asked
Mm-hmm.
for a wish.
And he seems, and they both start sketching things at the same time as well. It's like, but I'm not describing something as they're sketching stuff.
They asked me what wish I wanted, and even though I was unable to answer because I was trying to cope with the situation, they said my wish has been granted.
Very generous of
So
them.
you somehow made one.
How is
With
it
them.
generous? I
They
don't know.
granted you a wish.
What did you
What
wish?
is it?
Now, what,
No,
It
what
would
did
be
you-
amazing to find out what it is.
What did
You
your
are the one that
soul
asked for it. You should know.
truly want
Now-
there?
now
I
what
didn't ask for a ballot in my office.
What did you wish to go there? What wish did you ask for to meet with the tigers?
Can't remember.
No, come on, this is
What-
really
what
good
is
stuff.
your
Can you just
dark-
keep telling us about what you experienced?
Dark trauma.
Yes,
and what would you
please
do.
do.
To take that away?
Writing a pornographic novel right now.
And at which stage, Willie and Quest can both make wisdom saving throws. Will saves.
Jeez. Have we really put a sanity thing into this game?
Yes, yes, we have.
Yes, I love this.
17.
I think it's a 21. I
Okay.
rolled a 16.
So,
I think it's +5.
Both of you crit failed on your check as you feel what feels like claws running right through your brain.
Yikes.
As all memories of the last hour have been ripped from your brains.
23?
Yeah, that's a crit fail.
Ooh.
Out of character, DC.
It was in the 40s.
Oh,
Yeah.
No!
Yeah, there's no
So-
way we'd make that.
We could have
Nat
failed
20.
it. We
It-
could have failed it.
It was the wish.
Oh.
It was the first one you had before you went.
Yeah, you wish you were
Discussion.
lying.
And then looking in the room, you can see that there's no markings on the wall. There's
Oh, I wish I was lying.
Yeah, you wish you were lying.
Right.
I knew out of character exactly. So
Yeah.
and but both these two are like, oh, they have no idea what's going on.
Am I right?
because you did say that you said you wished for something. And I said, so what did you wish for?
Yeah.
So now everyone just looks like they've been crazy.
Yeah, that's fine.
And these two
And
have,
you're the only one who knows.
These two have no idea what happened. Perry was never there, so he's just writing scribbles down about his
Right.
experiences. You have no memory of any of that. You didn't actually witness it. So it's just stories, and he's got, yeah, he must have been making it all up. There's no corroborating evidence anywhere.
I did witness the blood in the bandage.
Well, you
Not
look
anymore.
at it.
Not anymore.
There's no blood, and in his finger, you pull the bandage off, and there's no blood.
I want my hands bandaged.
So what Harry? So I just need to make sure that my memory hasn't gone.
Your memory doesn't remember the blood,
Oh, it doesn't remember the blood. Okay.
It remembers him telling a
I
crazy
just want to make
story.
sure of that. Like,
but
well,
you didn't
I thought-
actually
I thought-
witness the event, so you didn't actually have it ripped from your brain.
So what you now remember is that everyone telling this crazy story and him lying to say like, "Oh, geez, I wish I was lying," and he was.
And in the office, there's just what looks to be some like red wine on the floorboards, where someone
That's
had.
what it was.
So, do I still have a
Have we
recounting
got-
of Willie's exploits in
I-
Kamigar?
I checked
You've
all the
been
party-
doodling all over your book, and apparently you doodled through this whole lot of stuff and have no idea what it is.
Oh, you lost the best song
Cross.
ever.
What best?
First thing.
Yeah, what did
Yeah,
you
It's not my
exactly. He's
fault.
forgotten it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a
He's
quick
not
thing,
even
my
played
fault.
I have no idea what you're
but
talking about.
why
What are
did
you
you
talking
call
about? What song? Hell, just he's still get drunk again.
He has no memory of why he got brought here,
Oh,
and last thing he remembers was he was getting into bed,
You and Quest just now?
No, I've just got here.
and you have no idea why you feel so awesomely relaxed.
Oh, last thing I remember, you were telling me to go outside.
Do
you still want me to
remember
do
what the
that?
horse told you?
What horse?
The horse told you. You've been talking to horses.
No.
I think the freeze.
I think you would have remembered the horse.
You dragged me
but you
here
wouldn't.
to talk to a drunk
He,
priest.
he sort of remembers the horse, but he sort of remembers that he was going to be sent outside.
Wait, so you don't
He
remember
lost roughly an hour.
anything?
Yeah,
I've
the
only
horse.
just got here. What am I supposed to be remembering?
So do I know that's what's possibly happened, or is it a
Well, give me a wisdom saving throw
wisdom saving throw?
as you start trying to piece together the memories.
Piece together.
Another 15.
Okay, you feel like red hot poker is dragging through your brain.
Ow.
And the last thing you remember was trying to kick out Quest for something stupid.
Oh no!
Right, so even I can't remember it. Okay.
And you got all these doodles that make no sense all over your page that you're trying to do
So
stuff
sad.
with.
I'm just gonna put that on the desk and
And apparently Willie was trying to write with wine at one stage. And he's got wine
Why
all over
is
your
it
office.
on?
that's weird.
I've only just got here. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
not sure what happened there.
Maybe you drank too much.
Maybe.
Certainly sounds like
I'm
it.
drunk priest.
Either way, I needed to talk to you about the matter of
Yeah, dude, you're getting
The,
married in the morning.
Can I do a sanity
not.
check on our high priest?
paw print magic
What would
stuff
that, what would that
happened.
be, Martin? Medicine?
And remember
Medicine.
the marriage rules you have to abide by.
17.
You were a bit worried about his sanity,
Well,
but he seems to be holding it together.
I
but
vaguely remember you getting me
I
out
can
of
see
that.
he's slipping.
Yes, but then you end up getting yourself into the other thing.
What other thing?
I just kind of look around towards the
I
other thing.
pat
I wonder
Crawl
if
on the
this is a
shoulder.
personal conversation or if
Crawl.
this
Oh,
is
it's well, then it might be a
Cool.
personal conversation, in which case we should have it personally.
I'm worried about you.
It's
Thank
okay.
you, Barry. I appreciate that.
I'll go treat him to some. Well, Tuesday and I can go treat him to some orcish therapy.
So while you guys go off and try to deal with the fact that you've somehow lost an hour, except for Dusa, who's just sitting there and going, I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah!
You know you went off and you got someone for some reason.
And Margot.
Kroll wanted him. Margot was just
Margaret
busy.
saw it all, and she's like, "Didn't that just already happen?" She's got a severe case of deja vu.
Margaret's in the
But of
corner.
course, Margot going, oh, they must know what they're doing.
I'm like,
I've got extra bottles.
I'm just watching, going, "Okay, that's a bit weird. Why are they playing dumb?" Alright, let's just go with it.
Okay.
Margot's a genius. Just no one
The
knows.
thing is, if you saw anything that was to do with that, you have now just forgotten about it for an
No,
hour.
Margot's too smart for that. She's
Okay.
too
Roll with
intoxicated.
safe.
She was on a whole other level.
You say you're too smart for that.
Whole other
Harry
level.
with an intelligence of 18.
No, it's
Also,
like,
didn't roll the will save.
damn.
Okay, so as you
Interesting
reach your
Failed anyway.
noble's friends for the night, you're ushered into the study where he is standing there all nice and poncy.
Sure.
As he's regaling you how he's planning a boar hunt.
A boar hunt.
Yes.
Trouble day.
But he needs some goblin protection.
I don't remember any
Well,
of the
it does seem like a particularly risky time to be going out into the forest hunting boars.
Well, isn't it the best time to do it?
No, that's what I just said.
Okay, I agree. It is the best time to do it. You are so wise, he says, as he's I shall take your wisdom and go with it. So you volunteered to. Thanks for volunteering to come with me.
That's not at all what I've said.
What, you
is
haven't
it-
said that? You're not going to help me? You know, I've given you hospitality after all.
You have, and I'm so
Bro, you ate
gracious and thankful for your hospitality. But I wouldn't
So
think that
Bohan.
such a trivial thing as putting someone up in your fine mansion would be of any significant
Yes.
cost to you.
Well,
For,
I
to
didn't say
risk
cost.
life and limb.
You wouldn't be risking anything because
So
I
what
am
do you
so
need-
good at combat. I
so
just
what do
like
you
the
need-
company.
So what do you need protection from?
Well, to make sure that the goblins don't get in the way of the food when I catch it.
Well, wouldn't you then prefer a companion on your boar hunt and someone else can do the boring protection job?
Sure, you can be my companion. And your friends' lackeys can be the protection.
Fred's lackeys.
They
thing.
they would demand very fair pay for such a show.
I pay my lackeys well. All lackeys should be well paid. A well-paid lackey is a happy lackey.
So, what do you think the going rate is for goblin flushing for a boar hunt?
Considering I'm not hunting goblins, I'm hunting boars. If they flush a goblin, I'm not really going to pay them for flushing a goblin.
But you need to make sure that they keep the goblins at a fair perimeter so they don't interfere with your hunt, correct?
Yeah. So, how about 10 gold for the trip? Does that sound good per person?
How long's the trip? A few hours?
No more than a day. I don't like sleeping outside. That's just crazy talk.
When were you thinking of going?
Next couple of days, we're going to wait until most of the goblins went home. I don't really want to try to ride through goblins. It seems to be a little unbecoming of nobility.
Do you provide horses for them?
Sure. I know there's this local guy who has some horses, and I hear this elf's got a horse that might be good to ride.
You can pull all the dickies out.
I don't think that horse would be appropriate to them, and it belongs to someone.
It's really easy.
Hiring for the day. What's the worst that can happen?
Doesn't bother me at all. 10 gold might not be enough though, so would you be willing to go to 15 if they start negotiating?
Sure. Let's make it 20.
Each?
Yeah.
Certainly. Oh, I'll take it to them in the morning, but
Oh, look, they work for you. You just tell them. That's what luckies do.
I'm a bit tired.
Sure, just one more story, and he keeps every time you go, I'm just telling you, just one more story, and you're sitting there going,
I slowly drink some of the good brandy as he goes through his stories overnight. But also I'm asking pointed questions, like not just his stories, but also trying to weasel out some of the truth of some of the stories of what he's on, like why he's here, where he's come from.
Well,
I'm not trying to trap him out, but I am noting which stories
So,
don't
give me a
come up.
perception.
Slightly. This new whole deity thing is like.
22.
So, mixed amongst these stories, you can figure out he is descendant from the founders of Sandpoint
Okay.
and
Yeah,
Magnamar.
Kroll's usually very, very sane.
Right.
So.
He has a townhouse in Magnamar,
Mhm.
a mansion on the coast between Magnamar and Sandpoint,
Right.
and he comes here to
Vacay.
holiday.
Yeah.
This is his equivalent of his beach
Beach
house.
house. Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
He considers the entire town his beach house.
Please help me.
So he comes here to tell stories.
Yep.
He has help at his mansion, and he throws money away in his townhouse.
Yep. And he's got like serving staff here as well. He doesn't do anything himself.
Doesn't even dress himself.
Yeah, gotcha. So at some point, I do actually want to have a discreet word with the serving staff to get them to give me some of the true scenarios as to what the heck is going on. But not necessarily right now, but when there's a chance to do so, that would be something to do.
Okay, so
But otherwise, I'm actually trying to get through the night so we get to the next day.
Okay, so what you get from most of the servants is apparently he's looking for a wife, and
Well, there's this kid in town we know.
Yeah, she's 13.
and he wants someone suitable for his station. So not someone from town. And apparently you seem to be
So good.
amongst the better notable ones
Well,
in town. for
At the moment, we are exotic's not the right word. What's the word for like a new trend or trend?
Trendy.
Yeah.
You basically come across
Nouveau.
as nobility
New
compared
flow.
to everyone else in the group.
That's probably true. I am the only one trying to be aristocratically diplomatic with the curtsies and stuff.
Is that why you changed gender?
Okay,
One
so
of the reasons. Yes, it is. No, that's fine.
so he says, if you can, okay, I'll try it.
It looks delicious, but
Is there
unfortunately I
a
can't.
spoon? Yeah, fork. Okay, so he is more than happy to do that the next day, and then you basically end up retiring for the night. The other guys are still, trying to figure out what's happening through most of the night in the cathedral.
Yep. Well, and I'm not trying to send messages in the middle of the night. Like, technically, we should be a town under like martial law lockdown with curfews and stuff with goblin invasions. So
Oh,
it's
Melbourne.
yeah.
Got
Yeah,
it.
but we're actually following the rules, right?
Yeah,
So we're out on the streets protesting the fact we're in lockdown, right?
we're in the cake, but then they don't.
You
fit.
know it.
Goblins are just, not true.
Because we're special.
But
Yeah, I wouldn't say no.
We're the
but
heroes
asking
of
the
Australia.
servants like to give like
Yeah.
in a friendly way, like to give me more of an update as to what the heck is the town is like, not just from the noble perspective, but from the where do you get the good stuff for the meals? Where do you get what do you avoid? Who are the riffraff?
They import just about everything.
Yeah, and
And they
that's
travel
fine.
with
White
it.
chocolate.
Oh,
Because they pick it up in Magnamar. Why would you pick it up anywhere else?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
But how long does he normally stay here? Because they'd have to get some supplies locally, right?
do you want a knife?
No? Okay.
He basically
might
travels
take
with
him
everything.
home,
Sure.
if there's any left.
He also get things sent from Magnamar.
Mhm.
So if he's here longer than a couple of days to weeks,
Yeah.
he'll have a ship arrive.
And none of them seem bothered by the fact that I'm covered in like writhing, glowing runes.
No,
Right.
they
Cool.
think they think that's fantastic
Very.
because you're
Very
distracting
tolerant.
him.
Yes. Oh, very distracting.
And while you're distracting him, they don't have to put up with his stories.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
He'll tell those stories to
I-
everyone.
I totally understand. Mhm. No,
Look over there.
Zed is currently playing the game of decoy. That's what she's dealing with doing right now. Work on that.
Zed's
See how it
element.
goes. Decoy. We can do this.
Smoke screen.
Yep. No worries. That's fine.
So morning rolls around, you wake up in the armchair in the room where he was talking, with him snoring away.
Didn't even get to a bed.
No, every time you went, it's just one more. And
Sexy time in the
then when you fell asleep, he fell asleep.
No. Yeah. Gotcha. No.
And if you ever stood to get up and go somewhere else, he'd wake up and tell another story.
Yeah, of course he did.
You know the sort.
I thank the servant for the pillow and the blanket that they would have put on me overnight.
You had no problem, no pain, no muscle
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
slept well.
Hey, it's better than sleeping on the road. Like, Zed spent the last 3 months schlepping it through Varisia, so a solid chair is still a step up. That's fine.
Apparently, I gave you the last.
Solid chair,
Plush chair.
yeah, good.
Very luxurious.
That's
Yeah.
one for.
Interesting scuttlebutt and good brandy. Yep, sure, it's a win. But Zed does get up early in the mornings, as per normal. Does her morning routine stretches, etc. If Lord Foxglove gets up before breakfast, whatever the case may
Well,
be.
the staff say he's probably won't be up until after midday.
Well, I take a.
This is the best time to get out while you can.
You know, I take a humble breakfast, and then go off to.
They make you a 3-course meal for breakfast.
Yeah, I was trying to stay
So you
trying to stay lowbrow, but
you
if
got
that's what
you
they
got
do.
pheasants with some caviar and probably some eggs from some reptilian race.
Yeah, absolutely. I asked them to pack some for lunch.
Well, they're more than happy to give you a basket of food
Yeah, sure. So I'll
with some of the imported wines.
sure. And does the Lord keep a selection of clothes for companions? In
Oh yeah, he does.
Right.
If not, he'll get the local people to make something, but he doesn't recommend it.
Zed changes to a set of fine clothing, which may actually include a dress. And
It's all very low cut, which suits your character.
yes, Zed doesn't. Not actually a problem for Zed. That's fine. And so,
But it seems to be well made.
yep. So Zed will otherwise be geared up, but right now can't be wearing her leather armor along with the fine dress. Maybe that'll be sorted out at another time. But that's
Okay.
right. And then goes to find the rest of the group.
You head off. You find them at the cathedral.
Check the Rusty Dragon. They're not there.
They're not
Right.
there, and they're sound asleep.
That's probably an error.
And standing out front in the courtyard is the horse snoring.
Good horsey.
Core sort of wakes up, looks at you, he sort of flicks its ears in your direction, and then goes back to staring at the cathedral.
Yep, sure. Good horsey.
Apparently, he's keeping guard.
Yep. Can't let any goblins out of the cathedral, right? I roll the horse an apple.
He stops glaring for a moment. Ears perk up. Squishes the apple. Looks at the apple. Then starts chewing up what's left.
Cool. Next time I'll remember sugar cubes.
Could remember Willie.
Next time I remember Willie's head. Got it.
Feed sugar cubes.
Hey, look.
Isn't it saltless?
At which point you remember that Willie had gotten Shelley to promise that she would not go after the goblins whatsoever or do anything against the goblins.
Yes, she won't.
Yeah, she won't.
Ah, horse. Got it now.
Yeah, sure. Get the promise from a barbarian horse. Yeah, cool. Alright, well, I'll go in, find people in cathedrals, start waking them up.
That's not too hard to do.
So actually,
There's a soapy bucket
so
right by.
The sheriff also, did we find the sheriff on the way? Because apparently he had a job for us. That was
You can see him at the cliff bluffs.
Say again?
He's at the bluffs near the cliff, shouting down to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And there's black smoke pouring up from the bluffs.
Burning the bodies?
Yep.
Good move.
You can see Shaylu down there. She'd been working all night.
Yep. We should really build a crematorium.
We could probably build a crematorium, but we've got the glassworks. That will probably count for the moment.
Can I roll like a knowledge craft to say how that's a really bad idea?
Well, sure. If you roll a 1, I'm sure you can still say how much a really bad idea it is.
12 plus 5, so 17.
It would work in a pinch, but
It would work in a pinch, but you're not going to make any good glass out of it afterwards. So yeah, that's what it says. As long as you don't mind rebuilding the glassworks afterwards, because yeah, it's a temporary solution only.
So we're building your glassworks.
Really, like a simple.
Well, he does tell you
crematorium.
that the glassworks is technically shut down.
Yeah, well,
So it's not like they're making anything anyway.
okay. Well, but do you have like a brickworks? Because a brickworks wouldn't care.
Brickworks would have been a smarter choice, but we didn't have them build one here. We import our bricks, or we steal them from the local things that used to be here.
Off the walls, right?
Yeah.
What are the things that used to be here?
It points to what looks like a damaged lighthouse. Said, "Oh, that was one of the ruins here that has been sacrificed with better
We missed the
material."
damaged lighthouse.
Well, it's at the end of the old lighthouse. It's basically on the block.
Tour guide.
I'm pretty sure Old Lighthouse is probably like the last thing on
It's the
Shirley's
number one
list.
tourist
Zed, archaeologist, old ruins.
And it's on
Right.
the other side of town from where you entered, and anyone who describes town doesn't consider it part of town.
So hang on.
It's number one
Okay,
tourist attraction in the
so
ghetto.
being someone who's from Kamagar, who when they say something is old, we're talking like predates any
That's why he's
colonization. Is that an old lighthouse or is it an abandoned lighthouse?
Well, it's an old lighthouse.
So,
We've pretty
Sandpoint
much
lighthouse.
stolen everything from there to build the town.
but predate Sandpoint lighthouse.
No.
It was never a Sandpoint lighthouse.
Okay, that's a point of interest for another time. All right, but so the sheriff was going to come by and tell us next stage of stuff to do, but he's busy at the moment.
I'll meet you at the
Cathedral, apparently.
Yeah, apparently there's crazy things happening there overnight. Lots of strange noises coming.
Where
from the
do you
cathedral.
want me to bring them?
I'll come to the cathedral. I just got to finish up with these people here and make sure that the goblins truly have quit the field.
Certainly.
Don't know why they attacked and disappeared with
Sure.
overwhelming force.
Have you eaten? Offer him like a pastry.
Oh, that's really nice. Oh, don't tell me you got this from Foxglove.
I won't tell you.
That's good. I don't think I'd ever live it down.
No, I'm good, thanks, mate.
Accepted something from him.
You actually got it from me.
Yeah.
How much
He
does
said,
that cost?
well, don't tell me you got that dress from him.
I won't tell you.
You don't want to know what the creepy Sona did with it.
No, I'm.
Or in it.
Nope. Everything has a purpose. In the meanwhile, please enjoy this gift from me.
Mhm.
Go to the cathedral and start waking people up.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
So you
It should be just about dawn by now.
Fuck off.
Was it's up before dawn every day.
Everyone is, sound asleep in the cathedral after all the stuff going on. They're drinking the stuff. The doors bang open. There's a yelp from Poppy.
Fuck off! We need our spell slots.
As you slam the door into Poppy, or just the
noise?
From
The noise.
It's like, someone. And then a happy bark cheetah from Poppy as it recognizes Zed. It comes your ears tick 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 tick.
Throws Puppy some pheasant.
It goes right past the pheasants and starts looking, bullsing.
What the silk?
Too late.
Oh well, could have been worse. Good morning, Puppy. Where's everybody else? Oh my
And then
God.
Puppy goes over to the thing and just sits down and has this really happy look with his tail going as it's eating the pheasant.
Yeah.
And with this big crunching sound.
Someone's draped like 1 foot on the statue of Pharasma.
And coming in, you see that there's Parry lying in an inappropriate position on Pharasma.
Bang! You got it.
Quest is asleep on the altar.
Crawl's
Oh
currently
my
in the fetal
God.
position in his office.
Rocky.
No, probably
Juice is
in
at
front
least
of
sleeping on,
Eris
like, a
still
pew,
going, please
like,
help,
off the
please
ground.
help,
Yeah.
please help.
Yeah.
And Willie just seems to be sitting there in this nice, relaxed sort of state, sitting in the... not a care in the world on his face. It's notable because you've never seen him with not a care in the world on his face.
Yeah. That's it. Well, I can't do it, but through the whole echoing chamber, nice big whistle through,
and that keeps echoing for a while.
Yep.
Asshole!
So everyone hears this really bright thing coming at them.
I brought scones.
Fair enough.
And then Margot sticks her head up. She'd actually slept on one of the cots. The only cot here. Had to get rid of the bodies that were here, but you got a cot.
Yeah, there's a dead body lying on the ground next to it. Yeah. Push, I need this bed.
I am more important than the dead body.
Actually, zero argument. It's like,
Yeah.
yep, sure, dead doesn't need a bed.
No. I had a great sleep.
Everyone else slept painfully, except for our good friend Willie, who was in that lotus
Yep.
pose.
Zen,
I've slept in worse.
Zed hands out breakfast. Says, "I'd love to hear about your nights."
And everyone's got the taste. Everyone who wakes up in the morning has a taste of fur on their tongue.
Oh, that's how you know it was a good
Brush their
night.
teeth.
Not the first time.
like seriously, fresh orange juice,
Everyone.
Just the ones
basket
who
of
have the cat.
basket
No,
of breakfasts.
everyone in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've bought a reprieve.
Is it
so
puppy?
far.
No.
Say, how dress you're wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Isn't it though?
You're a girl.
Again or still?
And then you had this
Still,
amazing
wouldn't
dream
make that.
about
Still.
this pirate ship made out of bone. No, you had a dream. Yes.
We had a collective dream.
Yep. About this pirate ship, about this made out of bone with this headless leader going off on these adventures.
Flaming skillet.
Saying, I'm gonna jump.
We all
I'm gonna
did.
jump.
And a giant swimming white
I'll
tiger.
write that down. That's a good story. That can be a song.
But so two points of note. The sheriff will be coming by soon. Apparently, there's something he'd like us to help do to secure the town. And Lord Foxglove would like to offer us 20 gold each to escort him on a boar hunt sometime over the next couple of days through the local forest.
Sounds like Juice is up for it. Like, off you go. Okay.
I'll take his share.
Obviously, I don't push you. Obviously, I don't.
Did you leave the door
Beefy
open or you closed the door?
The cathedral doors.
They're open.
They're- Does
No,
the
it's not even
cathedral
that.
normally
It's-
leave its doors closed? I thought it was
No,
open
there's
to
a-
all.
There's a reason for it. So they're
There's
open.
no even any.
Okay, I'm running to the doors and closing the doors. Making
And
sure the horse doesn't get in.
the horse is out there staring at you.
That's fine, I just don't want the horse to kill Quest.
How big are those doors? Like cathedral doors? Go on, Kroll.
Come on, Gandalf. Stop it.
Yeah. We need you to pull a fidget in this scenario. Like, just jam that stone door open.
Is it athletics?
It's sure. We'll give you athletics.
That's a 18.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so yes, you're hearing this creaking sound as you're going.
Nice work.
And then as you're about halfway close, the door just stops.
Oh. Okay.
And there's the mayor standing out there looking.
Who's
No,
standing
sorry,
up
it's
there?
not the mayor. The town guard.
A town guard.
Yeah, the
the
sheriff.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Did any of your friends say I was coming?
No.
Yes. Just ensuring that safety is utmost.
Did you?
Well, that horse, he doesn't like places of worship.
Really?
He'll never step over a church's thing.
Fine.
Sanctuary.
He's been here about 3 years now. He'll only ever come right up to the edge of the steps. He never steps on the steps.
Have you ever seen him come inside?
No, but I've seen him stop at the steps many a time.
Okay.
Even if there's a goblin on the steps, he still won't go on the steps.
So you've seen that before?
Wonder if the horse
I'll
is
just kind
dressed in
of
the
look at
flame.
Quest from across the room.
What?
Look outside at the horse. Look at Quest.
What?
Look at the sheriff.
Shaylee's more than happy to walk up the steps and kill a
Sounds like a
goblin for it.
Mexican standoff to me.
We'll leave it half ajar for now.
So, I asked you if you could do some stuff for me today. You still up for it, guys? And girls, of course.
We'd love to hear what's going on first. But please tell us how we can help.
Well, we've managed to track down one of the tribes down to called the Lictobe tribe.
Gasp.
That went south, and we'd like you to see if you can find out if they're coming back, what's going on with them. Just investigate the swamps. The other tribes have pulled away in various directions, and we've got Shaylelu heading off, following those ones. But she's unable to head south, and as this is one of the smaller groups, we thought we could give it to the new people here, unless of course you want to take the larger group.
Wait, she's unable
we'll-
to head south?
Well, she can't go north and south at the same time.
Oh, I see.
You're on the
She's
coast.
already heading north.
But I can send her south if you want to take the
No,
goblins to the
that's
north.
fine. I misunderstood the context.
They have a swamp, the brine swamp down there that you can go off and investigate and find out what's happening with goblins.
I'm remembering from many sessions ago. Didn't you have some discussions you had to have with goblin tribes?
Yes. I think you mentioned that there's they
So-
put a
so
hit out
that's-
on you or
Yep.
something like that.
They put a head out on you, but also
These-
we had jobs to look after tribe
Forests
chieftains
that
or
the fox
I've got to take the chieftains out on
guy
dates.
wants to hunt in.
right.
How close are they to go?
I was told to take the chieftains out.
They could probably be
Yes.
on the way if you actually want to
I'm not
go
asking
to
you the
them.
context. That's
Right,
that's.
But that's completely up to you.
Goblins have tried.
Fine dining with some candles and garbage.
Yeah.
But it-
Best
but in-
scrubs we can
But in
find.
I'm
remembering
assuming
there's
that-
something to do with goblins,
Hypothetically,
Zed's
if
actually
we
looking
did
to
that on
you,
the way,
but
someone would need to go back and
was
return
this
him
something
to
that
his
had to happen?
manor.
Something that can happen.
Oh, if he takes his
If I
servants
get
with him,
paid,
he'd
if
probably
we
be
make
fairly
money,
safe.
Sociable?
Not really. It's a gold piece.
Okay.
For the years.
Sociable. Not dead.
Zed,
Like I said,
Mhm.
no.
Different.
You don't get paid
apparently
for making
the
sociable. We get gold piece per
Lord
year or for
Fox
the years.
Fire,
Foxglove.
Foxglove.
For your pair.
Um,
We get one gold piece
The
per
forest where he's
tribe
looking
we
to hunt
can-
apparently is on the
tribe
way
member we
to
can kill.
this tribe.
Yes. Or we
So he
get,
wants to go south towards the swamp.
200 gold pieces
Apparent-
to make a tribe sociable.
So
Interesting.
we might be able to do that on the way.
Though it is about half a day inland from the coast, and the place you're going to is
It was
south
drunk
along
at
the
the
coast.
time.
Or
I'm-
you-
Oh,
So
I-
it just takes you a trip a little bit longer.
I'm totally comfortable doing it. It was two
Yours gets
separate
paid.
exercises.
Hey,
And if you go off via the forest, you probably
And that's
will
like-
but if you're sure you're gonna
avoid
get
any
200
goblin traps. They
gold,
have a habit of
Yes,
trapping
we're gonna
along the
get
path they
200 gold.
take.
So we'll be safer along the forest.
You'd be safer from the forest path, but that's a long way. I'm sure you're heroes and you can brave through any traps a goblin can make.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
It's not like you, I'm going to die more than once.
Look, I'd like to see maps of the area
So what
first. We
you're
haven't had a
telling me
chance
is
to
we-
do that. But
If
off,
we
like,
make
He says,
it
sure,
sociable,
I've got a couple of maps I can
mean,
show you.
that's
They're not
slightly
well
less than
drawn,
30
but
gold.
hey.
well, maybe we can
So
help do
what's it, a
that.
gold per pair?
We're pretty
No,
good
if
with
we make them
maps.
sociable.
Yeah, but how much
so-
is it per
but-
year? One
yeah,
gold
I'm
per
happy
pair?
to do them as
What I'm
separate
implying.
That's like
adventures.
30
I don't know what
That's
your
what you're
plots and plans are,
inferring
Martin,
That's a
saying.
lot
but
of work.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking of taking Lord Foxglove on
Thank you
a
for
goblin
the work
hunting
to
mission.
socialise
Did he
and
give you
take
his
time.
communication style?
He said he'd like to
We
do
have
something
something
within the
to
next
doubt
few
you,
days.
Graham.
However, he's very vague about it. He's on holiday. So
If he does all the
Wait,
work,
let's
you
trip
just
to
sit
the
there and get
south
30 gold,
to
or
this
you don't,
tribe
and
take
then you
us
can just
longer
cuddle
than
there
a
enough
few
anyway.
days?
I could. The sheriff says it could take about 3 to 4 days.
Why not? They don't care if you
He-
try to socialise
he's-
them and did
he's
it.
here for a
Let's
while,
say
and also
The
it's
Earl's
optional.
goblin
He'd
tribe.
like to do it, but the needs of the town outweigh the entertainment of the noble.
That's fine. I was just
Yeah,
You
curious.
take
kill
the ears
them.
and you make them social. And you get
Yeah.
paid twice.
Have to kill them.
But of course, that's just how I'm thinking about it.
Well-
Foxglove is at least offering
Does that
Yeah,
work
like-
out better for you?
From
60
what he
gold.
said
Makes a whole lot more
about
sense to me.
perhaps taking the forest, even if we do go
Goblins
to
get
the
the
south,
You get
we,
200
as you
gold.
said, we could map
And
it
you
out
also
and for
have
future
guaranteeing
reference
the
when we
200
take the
But you
lord
also
there.
get
And it's a
a
Shadow
gold
Lodge thing.
For
Like,
safety.
Sure. It was just Lord Foxglove only wants to have a day trip,
Okay.
like out and back within the day.
Okay. Cool.
Whereas going further south, I
it's
personally
still
would
okay,
feel
but
better
whatever.
if we dealt with goblins before we dealt with a noble's entertainment.
Alright.
Yeah.
if it's
no,
not the
definitely.
Shadow Lodge, it's probably like the Grand Lodge or something. but
Alright,
it's-
cool.
And I'm sure I can convince Lord
Harry-
Foxglove to take his
It's
time.
more like
Harry
Shadow
heard it.
Lodge, isn't it? I mean, they were doing it before.
That sounds good.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Look, I'll guarantee you get to kill a Goblin Chieftain.
And get paid.
So
So
these
is that
people having
before? Is that before or after Margot becomes Goblin Chieftain?
Oh, that means they get to kill a goblin chieftain.
You get to kill
So yeah,
two Goblin
when-
Chieftains.
we have the conversation as to what's the more noble. They're just deciding which
Okay.
goblin to butcher.
There's a reason why Margot was never fought.
I don't know, I don't think
Margot
you're going to get a
is
Goblin
too
Chieftain
little
for
to
half
fight.
years.
And of course, should things turn hostile, I'm sure you'll be collecting the significant bounty accordingly.
Oh no, we already decided we could take the chieftain and get the money to turn them sociable and remove their ears and get paid twice.
However you want to do that,
Double
Um,
payment. That's like
that-
60
that-
gold.
all good. But so, regardless, Sheriff, I think we'd like to help.
Yep.
Sorry?
High Priest Kroll,
Oh,
what are your thoughts?
yes, we're changing the name of the
I
tribe.
agree.
To the
You're more of the local
Nomi
authority
Goblin
now.
tribe.
Shit.
It's okay. You can oversee them for the town, right?
On behalf of.
On behalf of the town.
Somehow.
I guess so.
Very suspicious.
Sure. Alright, well, so we're going to head off on a goblin hunt?
We're going on a quest.
With
A
quest.
quest.
Are you
Not
going
a
to be
hunt.
wearing that?
No, this is my town gear.
Are you
Well,
sure you don't
the,
want to keep
um,
wearing it?
Crematorium. Well, crematorium.
That's creepy.
Far away.
Did you like the eyebrows? Is
We
that
can look
a good
into
touch?
that, but we're currently trying to
Retrofit the
yeah.
glassworks.
Well, yeah, they're trying to work on the glassworks to see if it can be done.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of pushback, so we're
From whom?
the current owner of the glassworks.
I thought you said it had shut down.
It had, but it's still owned. It's not abandoned. It is just shut down.
Right.
One of the founding families owns it.
Which is one
What's
of the
his issue with it?
the four manor.
I have no
families.
idea. He's just a bit of a dick. He says,
Have you offered to
Which
pay
family's
for
the
the
dick?
use?
if you offer to,
Have you offered to pay for the use?
yes. And he always adds a 0 to the end of any offer.
Cool, so start low.
and that's per day. We started low, and then he added 4 zeros.
Does he have a daughter he needs to marry?
No, but
He's got one that can
he
make
just
it
wished his
better.
sister was the one in charge of the glassworks.
Sorry, what was that?
Just wish his sister was the one in charge of the glassworks. At least she's reasonable.
Take one for the team there, Willie.
No, that would be wrong.
Alright, so I was thinking murder. Were you guys thinking murder?
I don't know, Mum, what are you thinking?
Alright, so, well, is that a conversation we need to have before we leave? Because if we're going to be gone for a few days, we don't want the
I'm
bodies
just
to be
concerned
piling up.
about these bodies not being cremated.
Exactly.
sooner.
So,
Because I don't want to kind of leave the town with risk of necromantic bodies
or plague.
or plague, and then just toddle off for 4
We-
or 5 days. And
We have sent a messenger to Magnamar asking for a new high priest of the town.
Okay.
So they may end up sending someone along shortly.
Did we get a message back?
They rarely send messages back. They make decisions.
But either way, that doesn't actually fix the cremating
You guys
bodies
heading
on the
off?
way
No,
out.
it doesn't.
See you, Morgan. See you, Kira.
Thank you very much for making it.
You're welcome. Thank you for hosting.
So next time you get to see Margot and the Chieftain. The new love story.
I love story.
But so, should we have a
Margot's been
conversation
desperate
with
to
the,
get
um,
laid.
The local glassworks owner before we leave? To try and get that sorted before we leave?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Good. And hopefully if it's just a conversation, and at least we can actually have it, we can try that before we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Najuku Kijitsu.
Najuku Kijitsu.
Kijitsu has wares.
And can you tell us about Najuku Kijitsu? Besides the fact he's a bit of a dick.
Well, let's just say dealing with Foxglove is a pleasant experience in comparison.
Alright, what makes Kijitsu so difficult?
He thinks everyone is beneath him and dirt,
Thank you very
Right.
much.
and treats them as such.
Okay. And what's... but so the glassworks is not making him money at the moment.
He doesn't care. He actually shut it down and fired everyone
Right.
because they weren't worthy to work his glassworks.
Okay.
It was his father's glassworks that had made the most of the money.
Mm-hmm. But now it's just not viable.
Oh no, it was making money
But why did he shut it down?
because he's a dick.
Oh.
He shut it down because he didn't want the locals working at his place because they weren't worthy.
Does he believe in deities?
Probably.
Troll's gonna
Not
rock
one
up.
that he stated openly. But he is from the descendants of the Tien from across the sea.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with Tia.
So they
Yeah,
may
we
have,
should
they
talk
may
to
have
Amiko.
different gods.
Mm.
Yeah, she's a reasonable one of the two.
Oh, is Miko his sister?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Probably talk to her first, then
Yeah.
get her opinion, talk to him.
So I think the short version is we want to help. We want to try and have a conversation to sort out the crematorium, the glassworks as the crematorium before we leave. But otherwise, we should probably leave today, yeah?
After, thank you.
After breakfast?
After talking to them, yeah, probably.
You have this amazing breakfast. Lots of expensive wine. Basically makes the stuff that you had gotten the night before taste like dishwater in comparison.
Fair enough.
Zed provides.
Did you steal this one?
No, it was a gift.
This much was a gift?
This much was the leftovers.
What did you do for such a gift?
I listened.
Well, he's wearing the dress as well. That was a gift.
No, Zed openly says, I listened.
Zed is gifted.
Okay.
Novelty! That's the word I was thinking about. We're the local novelty at the moment.
Is that some sort of euphemism?
Flavor of the day, or flavor of the week, or flavor of
You
the
have
month.
never seen it happen before. Zed smiles at you.
So when,
Oh, there's a lot
when,
of things I
when
would
we
say.
when we question Amiko, are we bringing Willie or not?
Absolutely.
She knows him.
Why not? Why wouldn't we?
That's fine. That's fine. I was just curious.
We should, because otherwise Amika will have to chase off more suitors.
Amiko has more suitors?
No.
Willie?
Yeah.
Oh, again, for the novelty and humour of the situation, it is always better to bring Willie along.
Yes, and I have no issue with that. My only concern is if we halfway through the conversation no longer have a conversation because she's run off into a side room with Willie.
Amiko runs off to the side room with Willie.
Maybe.
Oh no, she.
I like where this conversation
Yeah,
is going.
If that ingratiates us into getting the glasswork sorted, what's the problem?
I guess technically none, but I'd be concerned about the father's feelings towards that.
Brother's feelings.
Brother's feelings towards that.
No offence, Willie. I'd be concerned about Amiko's taste in men.
That's up to her.
Well, look this way: if the brother really wants to date him instead of Amiko, that's the brother's problem.
Exactly.
I'd give it a go.
See?
Give it a go.
Whatever it takes to get the job done, I think is the motto we're dealing with at the moment, right? Okay, so, Sheriff, thank you very much. I try to use his name, but I forget.
Yep.
I feel like Kroll
You
just
said it to
realised
his
he had
face.
to set his bar
No.
one peg lower. Much to his dismay.
I thank him in Varisan, so we're going to try and sort out the glassworks thing. But otherwise, we're going to head off. But I also want to check out those maps because I want to see whether we can use horses or whether we're going to be on foot for the trip.
Horses are great to get there, but horses may have trouble in the swamp.
Yeah, but it's like how far? Like, do we risk leaving horses at a particular juncture, or do we just walk the whole way? I don't know. That's what the maps will tell us.
But he does say off the bat that if you took horses, you can get there in about half a day on horseback or about a day by foot. But then there's no real safe place to leave the horses.
Yeah. And horses are in short supply in a city under siege. That's why.
We also probably not a good idea if we're hunting goblins. That's a pretty big target.
Yeah. Okay, but also if it's only difference between half a day and a day, it's probably not worth taking horses anyway. But again, that's double check the map to do it.
Juzo also has a spot that he wants to go to before we leave as well.
Okay.
So if we can get there, that would be awesome.
So some shopping for supplies before we leave.
There's a weaponsmith that Shalelu,
User needs access.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Zed doesn't. Yeah.
Shalelu pointed me towards, in her opinion, is the better smithy in the town called Saba. I think Saba. I didn't get the last name.
Stabby slashy bashy stuff.
Yeah, like custom or potentially custom made. If not better than the official town smith. She recommended that for.
Okay. Sure. Well, no. Sounds like a great plan. Anything that gives you more ways to protect us. Sold.
Yep.
Right. But do we stop at the Rusty Dragon first? Check out what we think the plan could be with Miko?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that first. We're off to see Miko.
Okay, so you show up at the Rusty Dragon. It's open, airing out.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a little TN boy from earlier running around sweeping everything rather heartily.
Is he the normal? Is it just the one TN boy?
Mhm.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Same one.
Same one.
He's the main character of one of the PCs on Tuesday.
Okay.
He's the what?
He's the one of the main PC
That's
on the Tuesday game.
Right?
Yeah, Aurori.
Cool.
He's the little boy running around doing stuff.
Okay.
He started off with a crush on Miko and having grown up working as the dishwasher.
Cool.
Think Prince's Bride, and
As you wish.
As you wish. Yes.
But not quite pulling it off.
Well,
Yet to be seen.
He was too young.
Yep. Right. So
Okay, so he's running around doing just about everything. You show up, he's more than happy to help you all in.
Good morning.
And
Curtsy.
doesn't seem to understand a word you say, but just nods and
Amiko?
gestures and brings you in. You can see Amiko is busily setting the place up for the day, and humming a strange tune.
Quest. We get Quest to commit it to memory.
Just recognize it.
You've never heard it before.
Tian folk song.
Yeah, I got the rest of it. Sure.
So do you want to have the discussion with?
She calls it tribute.
Maybe we can both approach her on it if you want.
Yeah, sure.
She's currently
Getting ready.
getting
See
ready.
you guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
Have a good
spinning
weekend.
Glasses.
Yep.
I think Amiko would be slightly more dainty about that though.
You know, she gets a
I
little
don't know if she would, eh?
She's also like the tomboy sort of look person. So basically
I'm
saying
not
dainty to her is
I'm not
enough.
getting geisha vibes from this.
So that's the sort of look of her. She's more rock chick than dainty.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So-
I'd honestly forgotten what she looked like.
So Shalelu is more of the dainty sort of
So, yeah.
thing in comparison to her, and Shalelu
So
is
see,
very
in
tomboy.
Jesus' mind,
More Japanese punk than
yeah. No, but in Jesus' mind, like Shalelu is the like wild, elf-
bratty
bratty
teenager. Yeah.
and she's the like dignified human.
Dignified. Let's just say worldly.
Jesus' words.
So you can sort of see her, balancing things like that. tossing things up on. Basically, she's looking after things, but she's not doing it in a what looks to be a gentle or sane way of doing things.
Jason might have to reevaluate his impression of Amiko.
But she does move like a trained fighter.
Oh no, that I have no doubt about if she is respective Shalelu.
So I guess we.
And basically, you can see she's completely rearranged the tavern floor. Apparently, she does that on a regular basis to annoy the locals.
Love it.
Yep.
I guess we'll approach her and.
Oh, High Priest Kroll! I see you've moved up in the world again.
Again?
The hat.
Oh yes. Thank you. Yes. We had a couple of questions for you, if that's okay.
There's one.
There is indeed. The other question being about the glassworks.
Oh yeah, my older brother's looking after that. I don't know why he insisted on shutting it down.
Apparently, you were the manager originally. Or?
No. I've got a younger brother who was the manager.
Oh, so he's the manager. Does he own it as well?
Well, it's family business.
Okay, cool.
I told them where they can shove the family business.
Yes. Well, I'm sure, as you know, since the attack on the town, there have been a lot of deceased.
Yeah.
And we need to cremate the corpses if possible. The reason for this is to prevent any forms of evil magics of whatever kind using these for nefarious purposes.
If you like, I can get my younger brother on board, and we can go see my older brother and get him to agree to it all. I'm sure the two of us together can convince him that this is a good idea. He wants to sell the place anyway, so maybe we can get him to sell it to the town.
And this might be a personal question that you don't have to answer, but would you two technically ganging up on your brother bite us later?
Yeah. Only if you want me to.
Kroll kind of takes a moment to kind of understand what was just said and go, oh, I'll pass, thank you.
Well, that's okay. How about your friend over there? She said it's giving you a wink. Later. I know where you live.
And a third sexual deviant.
Kroll just kind of looks.
How many times do I need to say what the goddess is for?
And hey, this is completely in character in how she acted on the Tuesday game as well. With this young little team going,
I think Kroll's just currently staring at Will, waiting for Will to pipe in at some point.
I was like, what? It's not my fault.
Yeah,
That's twice.
He's interested in men as well. Don't worry, I was going to get my brother in over and see and help his needs with that.
So, Amiko, that is very generous, and that would be wonderful. What would it take for us to arrange that in short order?
I can go track him down today while you guys are off doing stuff, see if I can get it done before you get back. I'm sure it won't be too hard to do. It's not like I've asked for anything in the past.
Okay, well,
Just clarifying, that's not like sarcasm.
No,
like she's being genuine.
Basically saying
Okay, cool.
you get the opinion that she's self-made, and she
Yep.
pretty much told her family where to go.
Yep.
my understanding is that there will be another priest in the future, possibly while I'm gone, coming to take over
Mm-hmm.
from Magnamar.
Hopefully not a Cheliax one.
I'm not sure exactly where, but
Now,
what I'd
a
like,
priest of Asmodeus would be a little out of the place here.
in the very least, as the last thing I'd like to get done as High Priest is make sure these bodies are cremated, because it's important for the town, for health, and also for
Is it a gnome thing to like to burn things?
Yeah.
a gnome thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
I know it's not an elf thing.
It's more dwarf thing.
The elves don't really care about the bodies after they're dead. I know gnomes like to. I know dwarves like to burn things at times. Gnomes like to burn things while making stuff work. So 2 for 1.
Well,
This is more of a
Kroll's
protection
mother was
against
a,
necromancy scenario.
Yes, it's a protection against necromancy. But Kroll's mother was a
Well, they won't rise up in the church.
well.
You can't
no,
keep them in the church
but
forever.
we
Given that we've already had 2 skeletons in the crypt,
That's
which
right, yeah.
we don't know the origin of yet, and we're still investigating that.
Yeah.
Probably want to avoid. We don't.
It's a
know.
precaution.
Yeah.
We've encountered things which make this precaution necessary.
That's
Exactly.
fair. I will do my best to make sure it happens.
Thank you. I
That's all we can ask.
greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it'll be fun to stick one to the family too.
That's between you and your family, but either way, I appreciate
And however we can help for the town.
Hey, the last thing that the glassworks does is burn half the town.
Molten glass. Be an interesting thing to watch.
Well, considering they run it to the ground.
Either way, but no, thank you very much for your assistance, Amiko.
All good.
That would be greatly appreciated.
I'll go prepare the horses while I'm assuming you guys are going to be busy.
I thought we decided we weren't going to be taking horses. It wasn't really
Oh,
worth the
sorry,
effort.
the
Goods
goods or whatever we are.
Yeah. Say again.
I said I'll go prepare the stuff for departure while you guys are busy.
Well, Zed doesn't have much to prepare for departure.
Except to change your clothes.
Except to change clothes. I understand. You guys wanted to go do some shopping for hand axes. Zed just suggests we'll meet back in town square in half hour.
I think
Or southern entrance to the town in half an hour.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Amika says, "Oh, are you Dooza?" She says.
Emmy.
Amika goes, "So are you Dooza?"
Yes.
Okay. Well, Shalelu dropped by a little earlier, saying these were for you.
Oh. And what are they?
Pair of hand axes.
Ooh, nice. Well, that saves me.
So on the blade, it's got a engraving of a goblin with its head cut off.
Running around like a chicken with the blood squirting.
Oh,
So-
I'll
Like
also
cockroaches,
give
like
the
you're starved to
some funds. I don't know what the prices are, but for some barbed arrows if possible. Just like
There's barbed arrows?
just arrows that have hooks at the not hooks. What are they called?
No, barbs is right. I just don't remember seeing them in the equipment list.
No, it's something. Kroll's asking.
Cool arrows.
Yeah.
Cool arrows.
Yeah. To see if they have them. That's all. And if they do, grab some. If they don't, just grab
They're
them.
not very much into making arrows here. They're not very good hunters.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Shalelu's about the only person who seems to make her own. She makes her own arrows, so you could probably ask her.
Oh, okay. I guess
Though you're very good with a longbow.
yes.
It's about 6 feet tall.
What are?
The bow. 6 feet.
Oh, yes.
Technically, that's what he uses.
Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah. Well,
Elven gnome-sized
the mechanics of it are a bit weird, but technically he has a gnome-sized longbow that
The
does
fact
the
that they
same
find my
damage as a
longbows like
human-sized
that
longbow.
is not the point. Yeah,
The arrows are longer than you, she says.
probably. And I'll just smile.
That's something I gotta see.
And covered in icky green stuff.
But yeah, if you can ask Shalelu, yeah, whatever her name is.
Shalalele.
Shalelu, yes, that one. If she knows of any barbed arrows, otherwise just grab a quiver of 20, please.
Sure.
And I'll hand you some coin.
It's only like 2 gold. Sorry.
Depends how much the barbed arrows are. I don't know how much they're going to be.
Okay, so as you have anything else you guys want to grab before you go?
Just my normal stuff.
You grab your kit.
And be courteous and hospitable to Lord Foxglove.
You're in and out before he even gets up.
Easy. I let the servants know what's going on, and I write a short letter thanking him for his hospitality. We'll be back soon.
Okay.
I'm on an urgent mission for
You
the
do
town.
notice that the ink that they give you is gold ink,
Mhm.
and the paper is really
Parchment,
expensive.
vellum stuff. And I do my best to make the cursive script worthy of the paper and ink that's being used on.
So the hand axes that Shaylu gave you, apart from being engraved with goblins being decapitated, are just the normal hand axe in the book? Yeah, cool. Easy. Just for...
It's not a bad craft roll for the handwriting. Nice cursive script. It's a 19.
Don't even smudge it at all.
No, it's like use the blotter properly.
And no tears of shame either.
No.
A first for them.
Zed is feeling zero shame for this entire situation. I mean, but also, what's she done? She's listened and she's got a smutty reputation. Zero shits given.
Well, look at it this way. Even if this is what anyone else did here, they still have the tears of shame for having stayed here overnight.
Then they're following the wrong goddess. That's all I have to say about that.
And then he gets to have all these stories about all the people he spent the night with. Because he technically spent the night with you.
Yep. Again, zero shame. Wait till I get to the mayor.
I don't know, I still probably will go to the
Yeah.
blacksmith Saba, even though I've got nice shiny hand axes. with
Okay, so-
engravings. I'll do Kroll's errand.
You could get a bandolier full of throwing axes.
That was my suggestion.
But get 2 of them and put one on either side.
So as you're going along, you see this
Nice.
large form shoveling horse crap in the middle of the town square.
Wait,
Oh,
who?
that,
Your orc.
that was the
Oh.
orc. Sorry, where's my camera?
orc.
The real. Gorby sack? Is that what you
Gorby.
Oh,
Gorby.
Gorby.
Yeah, because it's Gorby's shack.
Oh, Gorby's shack. Right,
So
sorry.
Gorby.
I will need
Because that wouldn't piss Doozer off, you know. That orc's shoveling shit and he's still more orc than you. I'm not saying that in character.
Apparently, there's a lot of crap in the town square to pick up after last night.
Because the horse didn't move. just sat there. Shit. Move 6 feet that way. Shit. Move 6 feet that way.
There seems to be a line of it.
It wouldn't even be 6 feet. It'd be what, like what? Like
A
step?
horse length.
Yeah.
They don't like it either.
I say hello in Orcish.
He looks at you. You tell he's a half orc.
He's a half orc as well. Okay.
Oh man.
See? Most orc.
Damn it.
Did he understand what I said?
Yeah, he understood.
Oh,
He
yeah.
waves.
He waves. I heard that he does good work for the town.
He goes, me work well. Me great.
He probably has less
Me
intelligence
whitey sweeper.
I can't tell if weird speech or racism.
Probably a bit of both. or he doesn't know what to call humans or other people.
I weave well as he's shoveling stuff.
Yeah.
You also tell he does have a bit of a lisp because of his teeth.
As in, like,
He's got prominent
he's
tusks.
got prominent tusks. Yeah, we'll keep at it. Good to see another orc around. Proper orc.
He looks at you. You're an orc?
There's a goblin in a tree going, ooh, burn!
There it is.
Yeah, just Hell, there's a goblin there?
I swear that'll be a thing now. It'll be like a dungeon 10 levels from now, you know. This random goblin goes with, oh, burn!
No, it'll be the ghosts of goblins past. A new haunted curse.
Okay, my tusks aren't as prominent as yours, I get it. Still an orc.
Oh dear.
You speak well for orc.
Yeah.
You educated orc.
Yeah, I travel.
You travel too? You travelled well.
Careful, this guy has proficiency in spade and shovel.
I have. I
Hey.
train well.
It's not as bad as
And
skillet.
then you see
Yeah,
Juice
yeah.
has got like 2 new shining hand axes, his orcish axe and dagger.
He actually
and
holds
a
up his
great
shovel
axe.
and says, "I killed 2 goblin with this."
Nice.
I'm more of a kill count than Doozer.
And me as
I'm
well.
hoping there's like a goblin chip.
No, I got-
shovel.
There's a little bit of a blood smear on there.
We got,
He doesn't clean the shovel.
One good dent. Yeah.
not including the kid.
No, I'm pretty sure I got 3. Including the kid that I don't know about.
You do well. I great warrior. I clean up afterwards.
keep at it.
You too. But this is my place. You clean elsewhere.
Okay, I will move on then.
My shit.
Is anything is not efficient. I mean, not only will it take you up the spade, he'll bury you afterwards too.
yeah.
He knows the best places.
He's a one-stop shop right there.
Yeah.
Now we know who to go to if you need to bury a body.
Me bury anything for you. You nice person.
Give
Give you a half price discount.
You do this often, do you?
Yes. I bury everyone.
Alive or dead?
Sure.
That answers my question. I'm going to get my stuff.
And as you're walking off, he goes, "Make much difference?"
I'll just wave back in kindness and say, sometimes.
And then you hear him yell out, "Should I make sure next time?"
No, thank you.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so you show up at Savar's armory.
Do you need to go to the armory now that you got your hand axes? Or you take the arrows?
The arrows.
No, gotcha.
I figured with Shaylu said she was the best for making pretty much anything more weapony-ish. She was the place to go.
Okay, this place has a lot of burn marks on the outside. There does seem to be a lot of goblin teeth marks. Apparently they tried to eat their way into the building because they couldn't break the locks.
That's funny.
You do realise we played goblins before this campaign started.
Yeah, but
and we couldn't get past a
I
fence.
don't know why it didn't even occur to me. Yeah.
And inside you see a rather tall-looking, muscular woman behind the counter, just resting. Tall for a human, so.
Yeah. Dusa says hello in common.
Oh, she looks at you, gives you a wink, and says, "Well, orc's not good for you," she says in orc.
Where's that goblin?
I reply in orc, that unusual for another human to know my language.
Well, I know plenty of languages.
You in orcish. Elves do too.
Outside of the party, normal people.
Yeah, she looks at him and says, "I agree, he's not normal."
Yeah.
Just look at the smile on his face. He just seems too happy to be a normal person. Well, that guy over there, he looks depressed enough to be a normal person.
That smiling, I say to them, that smiling, that's lacking a kill count. we need to rectify this.
So how can I help an orc from Erglin?
My friend is after some arrows, and maybe if you can make some modifications that he would like, if not
So
quiver of arrows.
what sort of arrow would you like? You're a mix between a gnome and an elf, aren't you?
Yes.
Interesting.
I like this person. Just quietly. While he's thinking, I also thank her for I presume Shalelu got these axes from here.
You can see very similar styles around here.
I thank her.
Most of them have motifs of killing goblins on them.
Don't worry, Dooza has a motive at the moment. The one that got away.
So, what are you looking for, young master?
I was hoping for same style as long bow arrows, except the heads are barbed.
Do you want them to have any holy symbol at all on them?
No, I can do that myself.
Like, you don't want to have engraved and saying "shot by my god"?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
God says hi.
I have emblazoned weapons, so pretty much.
We're on a mission from God.
Sure. She says, "I can probably have it to you in about a week."
Cool, that'd be fantastic.
Takes a while to craft such things.
Excellent. And what's the cost?
Oh, probably cost me about maybe 2 or 3 gold.
Okay.
Time and
3
materials.
goblins it is.
I will hand
You
over.
still haven't told him about that cushy job yet.
Yes, I did.
You didn't tell him how much.
Yes, I did.
You did.
The
Oh, okay.
20 gold, yeah.
Yeah, 20 gold each for the... Yeah, I did.
I'll just hand over the
Perhaps the
3
forest.
gold.
Yep. Zed was very, very honest.
Okay, she gets out a book and starts writing down all the details, and then notes down paid in full.
Painful. Mobile phone number. Where did postal address.
Well, she knows where the postal address is. The cathedral in town.
Get held up in Hong Kong.
Kroll Cathedral.
Oh god.
In the meantime, do you have a
Sounds a little
quiver of
Cthulhu-esque,
arrows
doesn't it?
that
Kroll
you can
Cathedral.
use?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have
Say it
some
3 times
arrows.
fast. Say it 3
Shalu
times
made
fast.
some a little while back.
Right before Hasta.
We'll take it.
So, standard price for the quiver of arrows.
So 3 gold plus the standard.
Whatever the price is for the normal
Oh,
arrows.
okay.
I'll look it up for you.
And anything else you guys are looking for?
Any,
I hear you're orc hunting.
yeah. Oh, goblin hunting.
No, goblin hunting. I'm sorry, goblin
I was
hunting.
about to say all kinds.
Yeah. We're going to be apparently going to the swamps a bit further to the south. Do you have any like any traveling gear or adventuring gear that would help us navigate through that sort of terrain?
Well, she does think swamps. I'd probably go for dried foods, so it won't spoil in the swamp. Then probably carry your own water at least.
Yep.
Wouldn't want to forget that because traveling in a swamp with swamp water not particularly pleasant.
No, yeah, absolutely true. It's normally 1 silver piece for 10 arrows.
Oh, okay. Alright.
And I would try to avoid burning anything there because stuff there is foul.
Yeah, burning, swamp gas, bad.
Okay.
Oh, well, like we haven't done that before.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doomsday has like this flash.
Yeah. Twitch. A few people start twitching.
And if you're, I'm trying to figure out where you are. If you can actually see movement in the water, you're near a coast, so that a lot of the currents have the water draining towards the coast, not away from it. So that will tell you which way is west. West is where it drains to. East is where it is where it's heading to. When
The ranger's getting all this sort of stuff, right? Cannot tell you how much we're going to be relying on you for this next bit.
She's not that sort of ranger.
I know.
She's a melee, not a ranger.
She's a stabby ranger. Yes, we know her.
Alright.
Cool.
The
Well,
puppy's just looking
me and my
like,
+1 nature skill.
That's
right. So we should head to the general store because we'll be gone for a few days. We should get some like dry tack and what's the waterproofing they use these days? Like oilskin to keep our stuff mud free.
Leathers with oil.
Yeah.
Oil leathers.
So we should get some of that from the general store. Maybe not with.
And then while she's doing that, she hands Poppy a meat bone of
General
some
store.
sort.
I mean, Dad.
And Poppy seems exceedingly happy.
Thank you very much.
It's okay, Goblin donated it.
Does he see it that way?
He's not eating it anymore.
Yeah, Poppy didn't have a very good experience the other day, so I'm sure he's very happy about that.
But yeah, I'm happy to stand in away, and you guys can offer you guys
Look,
money.
I don't mind. I'm just double checking. Like,
better to be safe than
I don't have the whole story. I was off.
She winks
elsewhere
towards
while
Willie
you were having
going,
your
"So I hear you're looking for, conquest."
Says the big burly smith. Hey!
You do look up to her. Basically, she flexes a muscle that's almost wider than you are.
Do your proof.
In Sandpoint, Smith break you.
See, I knew there was a reason why I liked her.
My character goes, well, I'm always up for something new. Yeah.
Sure, you won't need him for the rest of the day, will you?
Oh, you mean now?
Well, he'll need time to recover.
I've had worse. I'm sure I've had worse than.
I can break a small man like you, she says.
We were hoping to get going this afternoon, so probably.
Maybe
we're hoping to get going in the next half hour.
Maybe when you get back, I break you tomorrow.
I look forward to it.
He really does.
His
His little voice. Harry wants to be broken. Can I be broken too?
She turns around.
Yeah.
People in queue.
No. Curious Smith, like, I take you all on.
So you and your friend tomorrow.
Or however long it takes us to get back. We're going to the swamps for a few days.
Swamps. Okay. So when you get back, the two of you,
Sure.
it's a date.
You've been set up.
Oh, I don't do dates. One night stands only.
That's my term of a date.
Perfect.
If you survive, well, that's something else.
That's not what you told the Para Countess.
Our countess is exceptions.
Yeah,
I'm
to
sure
a-
she
to a
is.
lot of things. Decency.
I look forward to seeing you operate, Parry.
I have so many bad jokes that I don't want recorded on YouTube right now.
That's okay. We'll stop recording.
Yeah, those are jokes for another time. All right. Okay.
The other joke is, we have a potion for that. It's like, what? We do?
What?
So sorry, you said that the swamp drains to the west.
Swamp drains to the west. We're going south. Swamp
Yep.
drains to the west.
And
So she was telling us about how to.
So water
to
comes
make
in
land
to eastward and then drains out westward.
Can you attach
Easy.
shield spikes to bucklers?
I was gonna
Yes.
do that later.
You can attach anything to anything if you put enough effort into it.
Sorry. Mechanically, normally.
How big a spike? Would you like a spike yay long or a spike yay long?
You can.
It's a buckler's like
Yeah,
tiny, aren't
te-
they?
No, yeah, but you can shield bash normally with a buckler.
You can.
Yeah, you don't.
But
And you can have a
damage-
spike
You do
taller than
extra
you
damage
are
with
hanging
shield
off your
spike
buckler.
or shield boss.
Yeah.
1d6 bludgeoning or 1d6 piercing,
Yeah.
whichever way you want to go. And later on, you can put runes on them,
Don't the spikes take up the slot though?
or you can either have a shield boss to do bludgeoning damage, or shield spikes to do piercing
Piercing
damage, and you can then put runes on the boss
On
or
top
spikes
of that.
as if they were a weapon.
Ah,
Because you can't normally put runes on a shield.
right.
And
Shields don't take runes.
And then you stick blades on there to do slashing damage.
Um,
So slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning,
That would
depending on what you
be
want
that
to
would
do.
be a GM special, but yes.
if possible, could I also hand her my buckler and ask for a shield spikes on the buckler?
Sure. What's the length of the spike you want?
Functional but not overboard.
So
Yeah.
just
You're not-
right.
You're not out to impress anyone.
Not as bad as these two.
Yeah.
I think is the measure we're going
Seeing as the
off.
buckler's only like yay big, like I imagine the spikes are only like yay big or
Yeah,
something.
a few inches, but real inches, not man inches.
Yes, yes. We're talking real inches, not women.
Hey, I didn't go there.
Have
I
people been
didn't-
confessing about needing you?
I,
I don't talk about people's confessions, Will. You know
It's,
this.
I've heard them. She says.
What, from the menu broken?
Yes.
I've heard them. My sister's told me.
Shop talk.
But either way, nothing to be ashamed of. It's all good.
That's what she said.
They did. Remember, you really impressed them.
I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah. Zed is not lying.
And rumors have made it to here.
And that and
I actually lived through it as well, which is
yeah, and that's also why he's not letting you scamp up with that little tram. Are you kidding? There's got to be some quality. You can't go from my sisters to that. Where is your pride, man?
I think he left it back with them.
That's actually completely valid.
I don't think he actually requisitioned pride before he left. For the first time. That was on the I won't need it. That's a dumb stat anyway.
What's my performance? Really good. How much does this really matter to my character development? An awful lot. Well, okay. Impressionable young boys.
Yeah.
So we'll have it finishing off with you guys walking off into the sunset, a smile on Willie's face about what's to come.
But with gear that we
With
like,
gear.
the-
Yeah,
You've done your
supplies
shopping, you
and stuff.
picked up stuff.
We took all day to get gear.
No, we
Just teasing.
not game day, but yeah.
Yeah.
But the sunset could be in the middle of the walk halfway there, because it was going to take you a day to reach there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And set up camp for the night and before we get to the swamp.
You don't want to arrive at the swamp at night, which means you stop about halfway, and that way you reach the swamp just before noon.
I think some of us have light cantrips, so we should be fine for non-flammable light
Yep.
sources.
I've actually
Well, I think Parry
one of my
has
very
dancing
few
lights.
magic items is the continual lightstone.
Oh yeah.
Parry has dancing lights as well. You have dancing lights though.
But it is a bit weird for swamp lights to be cruising through the night.
Witch
Like that-
lights, will-o-wisps.
Yeah, witch lights, will-o-wisps. It does normally attract a level of trouble.
Your old friend coming to haunt you from another game.
Saying, "Ooh, burn!"
That's later.
Hey, they have a will-o-wisp they're waiting to come back because it really ticked them off. They couldn't kill it.
Will-o-wisps suck.
Yeah.
If you are not, I don't even know what they're like in this game, but I remember them in D&D.
Yep.
Unless you are very specifically armed up and prepared, they were just fucking horrible.
Well, they were almost getting it,
So
so
we're
we
still
wait for
recording?
them. Yeah, we should finish up for the day. So I'll finish this on back up.